What's going on, people? Red Talk settings. And yo, make sure you download the One Football app, your sponsor for your rants, red talks, and your match reactions. Scroll down. The link is in the description for all your up-to-date footballing news. Do you know what I'm saying? And boy, coming up to January, you can find your transfer news there. So make sure you scroll down into the description, download the thing. You lot already know what it is. But yo, without further ado and that, guys, Red Talk settings. What are you lot saying?
Come on.
Man like Cavs come in and straight away, yeah, man's thing's bugging out, fam.
Sir Dan.
Bro, it's yours, blood. It's bugging.
Is it bugging? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
one second.
I can hear
Yeah,
echo.
I had an echo, and then as soon as I've muted cams, the echo's gone. His thing's bugging again.
You know what I mean? Must be all that Martial talk,
I
man.
might have to put on some headphones or something.
Yeah, try and maybe put the headphones in or something.
There's some random headphones that I got. Let me find them. 1 sec.
Yeah, just mute the thing, innit?
Yeah, I've muted it for now. Do you know what I'm
say
saying?
that. Get me.
People them. Get your Ollie quotes in the chat so we can laugh at them. Because I need a laugh. Because that game was crap. That's 90 minutes I'm never going to get back. So, let man know, innit? Like, what you telling me, Statman? What you telling me, my guy? Because I don't know what's wrong with Saeed. I already know where he sits on the game. What are you saying?
It was just crap from every single person. Like Ollie, the subs, even like the players, some of them have to take responsibility. Like Fred, how many times are you going to go in for a tackle? You're 27. You're an experienced player. Just be clever at times. All around, just poor.
Facts, man. That's what I'm telling you, man. I think Ollie got it wrong tonight. He got it wrong tonight, you know what I mean? And I say that because I think, for me, Donny should have started tonight. We had no control of that midfield. You know what I mean? It was just Verratti on job. Paredes controlled that midfield. They dictated the play of the game. You know what I mean? They did what they had to do. They controlled it when they had to do it. You know what I mean? And that's why I think, for me, the substitutions were late. Should have took off Fred sooner. I mean, there's a lot of things that Ollie got wrong tonight, but I think the bigger picture is there'll be a lot of people talk about Martial's, you know what I mean, the golden opportunity. And I feel like, you know, within right, he should score. Within right, you know what I mean? It's a given. But I think when you look at football and you look at the bigger picture is, I mean, there wasn't a level of sustained attack from Man United. It was a bit passive tonight. You know, I mean, we relied on moments. That's what we are right now. We relied on moments, and that's why we're trying to nitpick these chances. And I know it's a guilt opportunity, but when you're nitpicking chances and when you rely on moments and individual brilliances, this is what happens. We don't have a style of play where you don't have a sustained amount of time of the ball, and with the pressure's not on PSG. This is what happens. We're trying to nitpick things, and I feel like that's what Man United have never been about, man. We've always created chances in the past. Got attack, and I feel like tonight we let PSG dictate the game. You know what I mean? This was a game, yeah, where Tuchel was under pressure. I spoke to my guy last night. He said to me, PSG are under pressure tonight. They've lost so many games this season. They're not the team that you think they are. You know what I mean? And I just thought tonight, you know what I mean? What a better picture tonight to at least get a draw, get something out of the game. You know what I mean? I just thought tonight we gave it to PSG. We said to them, you know what? Have the result. And I just feel like tonight, Ollie got it wrong tonight. Simply, he's the manager of Manchester United Football Club. He is the guy who sends the tactics out. I don't know if you've seen it, guys, but Bruno's telling the manager to make a sub.
Yeah, I saw the video, bro. I couldn't believe it. When someone said during the game, I was like, nah. Someone sent me the video. It's bait. When he's telling man, that's not someone that has respect for the manager. It's not. but how can you?
Ollie's first sub came in the 74th minute, and that was because Rashford got injured. I think that just says it all. And we weren't even dominating the game where it's like, oh, there's nothing to change. PSG they dominated us. And by that time, Thomas Tuchel had made 2 subs. And you could
as soon as they made the changes, they took the impetus back from the game. Straight away. Like you almost saw, yeah. I swear that the guy that they brought on was the guy that was involved in the goal. That backer,
they bring
that
on
backer
defender in it and Herrera.
Yeah.
And the other one as well.
The backer or what his name was.
Yeah, backer.
He come on and he was going down the left
speed.
wing. Yeah, bro. So you know what I'm saying, bro. What did you make of that shit?
You know what? Yeah, I can't even lie to you. I must have seen a completely different game to Saeed, boy. Because when I saw
in what sense?
game, yeah, bro, if from the first 25 minutes, yeah, we were getting dominated. You get me?
Yeah.
We were getting dominated, and it was whatever. Neymar was having fun out there. Mbappe and that they were doing whatever they wanted to do. After the first 25-30, United got control of the game. Once McTom started doing all that rattling stuff that he was doing to Neymar started doing all his going down quickly, going down easily, whatever. From the second half, United dominated that game, bro. 100%. This whole we don't know what we were doing, blah blah blah. United were the better team easily, bro. Easily the better team.
I think PSG played in moments.
No, I think
PSG were trying to pick us out. They're trying to.
No, you can say, yeah, that sounds good on paper, and that sounds good when you're doing a bit of revisionism. But when you actually look at the game, bro, we actually created chances as well, bro. We created the way you're saying it.
Attack, though.
No.
But the thing is, PSG also.
But the way you're saying it is kind of like PSG nullified us, and it was piss easy. It wasn't.
No,
like
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
We created a gilt-edged chance. Martial should have finished that. Absolutely. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, this season, this guy is a shambles, bro. Let's be real. This season, he's an absolute shocker. Then we have the other chance. Cavani should have buried that. Like, let's be real. No. Sorry, not Cavani should have buried that. Cavani, outrageous attempts. That was nice. Nice to see. Martial there pulling his leg back like fucking Hawkeye or something. Just put bro. You guys talk about ice cold, black gloves. Blah.
You got to give credit to
whatsoever, bro. He should have finished that as well.
I don't think
two gilt edged chances.
Blame completely on Martial.
No, the second one wasn't for me. Second one wasn't though. Second one, Marquinhos.
That's gilt edge.
Marquinhos, we got to rate the defender.
Then also in the other game, in the first half as well, when Bruno had the opportunity, but he passed it when he could have shot. That's another chance. This whole that United played today, I don't care what you lot say, man.
But is it not in moments though? I don't know. Is it not in moments still?
I know you hate Oli, bro.
No, I'm not hating Oli. I'm not hating Oli. I'm not hating Oli because I know what Oli's about. I know what Oli's about. What I'm trying to say to you is though, you're saying we've dominated the game. Is it not in moments though?
I think
you can see what PSG were about.
It's PSG, G. It's PSG.
No, but I understand that. But PSG, you see what we're trying to do. They were trying to play their football, still doing what they had to do. I just feel like with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tonight, it was in moments, it was in flashes.
Fam, hey, what did you see from PSG other than give Neymar the football and Mbappe on a little bit of a counter attacks himself? What did you see from PSG?
I thought Verratti was unbelievable.
Verratti had his foot on the ball and was comfortably controlling that midfield area for large spells of the game. Comfortably.
Verratti is a big baller. Like, we all know that. When he's fit, he's a big baller. But the way you're making out as if PSG were doing some nice, like, you look at them and they were like, oh, beautiful. Everything you've got going on is structured. I think that's cap, bro. United are a better team today, bro.
I thought we gave it to their hands. My point is, we gave it to their hands. Oli got it wrong, but we gave it to their hands. Okay, so why did Donny start then? Why? For me, yeah, he got it wrong for not playing Donny from the start. Is that not right?
You can say that, bro, but then it still comes down. Listen, in a game like this, yeah, it comes down to fine margins, bro. We always say everything's about fine margins. This is a Champions League football, bro. This is against one of Europe's elite.
Yeah.
They finished in the Champions League final last season, bro. When you have gilt-edged chances like that and don't take it, how are you going to win a football match, bro?
Well, did PSG not have chances? Because man are talking because man are talking like Man United are the only team that had chances.
Like our ones. Open goal. It was basically open goal.
PSG had 6 big chances that game, and United had 2.
6 big ones. 6 big ones. What's the 6 big ones?
I don't know.
I remember De Gea made a nice save. I know De Gea made one nice save. That was a great save.
6-2. But man are talking like we should have won the game.
Yeah, but now you're gonna include what? You're gonna include when Mbappe went off when Fred was already off the pitch, right? Mbappe went off and almost had his chance. At the point when it was 1-1, United were the better team, man. And we had the 2 golden opportunities and we didn't take it. And then that's what happens. When you don't take your opportunities, a big team is going to punish you. And then Fred goes and does whatever he goes and does. And the game's over.
Before we scored that jammy deflected equalizer, yeah, we could have been 2-0 down. We could have been. Let's not pretend, innit? When we watched the game, I don't think United dominated any part of that game, but I think there was a spell that we were on top because it seemed like PSG kind of took their foot off the gas. I don't know why. They were 1-0 up and they were passing sideways and backwards and they weren't really attacking us. And then we came onto them. We came onto them probably after about 35 minutes. I think they got a bit complacent and they thought, you know what? We got the early goal. This is going to be easy. And then we came into the game, bro. But at no point did I feel like, we could hold these men down for a sustained amount of time because they were still creating chances in between when we were creating chances,
think, bro,
The Martial chance that he missed should have scored that. The volley, that was a block. The goalkeeper, the defender's thrown his body on the line and blocked that.
Composure, man.
There's nothing man can do about that. The ball back from Bruno, he's had to volley it, bro. He's had to wait for the ball to come down, keep his eye on it, which he did. Got his knee over it, which he did. It was on target, and the defender's thrown himself at the ball. There's no more man could have done about that. But other than that, bro, we played in spells. We didn't dominate the midfield really at any part.
Yeah.
And we always looked like we could concede. We always looked like it.
For me, to come out of that game and blame anyone but the players for that.
No one played well, though. I don't understand.
Hold on.
No one played well.
Especially for that moment. Bro, you're forgetting. This is at the end of the day. This is a big game.
But it's a PSG. It's a poor PSG team. We're in better form than PSG. Do you know that?
Listen, this is a big
no one
game.
Beat them.
Bro, this is
I
a big
understand
game.
that,
Look,
but you
people
got
are gonna say, look, like for example, Statman brought that stat, right? We created thingy. That's only because Bruno didn't shoot. That's one chance that we didn't have.
But then
Bruno
that
didn't shoot. That's a
didn't
chance.
shoot where? But the chance that he played it.
Yeah, and he played a shit pass to pass it to Rashford.
I thought it was Cavani.
No. Or was it Cavani that was in the box? Whoever he tried to.
Are you talking about the volley?
Cavani. It was Cavani.
What?
Yeah.
The one they tried to pass to you on about.
Yeah, when the ball came over the top, Bruno was running. He could have shot.
And he tried to pass it across the goal.
Yeah, that's what about it. Yeah.
Right there,
that was horrible.
that's a chance that's not going to show up on Statman's sheet, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? These are opportunities that you could take for man to turn around, in a game like this. Because I promise you, bro, if Martial had finished those chances, we'll be talking about what a game it was. What a game it was. You're excusing Martial because you like Martial.
No one's excusing him.
You are excusing
I'm
it.
not
I don't
excusing
accept
him.
it. You
I'm not
are.
excusing him.
Blaming this completely on the players then.
I'm blaming it on the players, 100. I'm blaming it on the players, 100.
So you don't blame
Obviously, no, don't get it twisted. No manager or nobody is going to do anything perfect. You get me? Like, there's going to be things that he could have done. I agree with Saeed. I would have liked to see Van de Beek out there. But the game went on, and in the game, we managed to find a way for it to actually be working and go well. And we created chances to go and win the game. And we didn't take our chances. And now man are turning around and saying, oh, do you know what? It's because of this, it's because of that. No, it's because we did not take our clear-cut chances, fam. Simple as that. And then when you get a red card like that, I know people are going to say Ollie should have subbed him. I agree. Ollie should have subbed him because in the first half, he was moving kind of crazy, innit? But in the second half, when we started getting more on the ball and we were actually, I think, the better team, I thought he had gotten over that whole bit of madness in his head. So for him to go and get a red card, I still got to look at it. Let
me ask the question. If when you look at it though, you say the players were poor tonight. For me, I thought most of the players were poor tonight. You have to look at the manager then. You got to look at the manager and say, how can you get the best out of him?
No, bro, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying
who played well today then.
No, you might not get what I'm saying. I don't think the players played poor. They just had a standard game. But at the time when
they weren't standard, bro. They were crap. Most
we
of
didn't,
them,
fam. We didn't.
That's
my opinion. At the opportunity,
most of them were crap, bro. I don't think it was a standard game. They were shit, bro. Most of our players were shit today, bro.
I think it was a calm performance. Personally, I think we're just being negative because
Bro, who played well?
We lost now. Because Martial was the one that missed it.
Listen, he should have scored. I'm not. Listen, calm down. I think you get
Hold on. This guy said, the stat sheet aren't going to show the chance, because Bruno never took the shot, and then you're saying it's a clear-cut chance, bro. It wasn't a clear chance, bro, because even if he did take it, that you're saying that was a chance because it fell to him and you think he should have shot. That's not what a clear-cut chance is, bro. That's not a clear-cut chance.
If he shot there, that's a clear-cut chance, bro.
No, but
if he had shot at that opportunity where Bruno was,
the reason why Bruno passed the ball and didn't shoot is because he was on the stretch, bruv. Because he misjudged the flight of the ball.
I don't know about that.
That's why.
I don't know about that.
When do you know Bruno to pass up a shot at goal if he can take the shot?
Bro, for me, and that
he was taking shots that he shouldn't even have been taking in the game, bruv. He would have taken that shot.
In that moment, he just miscalculated it, bro.
Exactly. He was on the stretch and he passed it because he couldn't shoot.
Nah, I think he could have shot still. I think he could have shot. I don't think he was.
I think he could have shot. When I watched it, I thought he could have shot
He
still.
could have shot still.
I thought so. I thought he was trying to be a little bit too cute.
I
What
don't
were you
know,
man saying?
bro,
Who played bad?
Bruv,
do
who
you know
played
what,
well?
yeah?
Tell me who played well.
I don't
To
think-
be
I don't
honest,
think
yeah.
any of them had a bad game like that.
I'm with
Cams.
Cams. I'm with Cams on this one. I can't even lie to you guys.
Bro,
I think if we took our chances, I think if we took our chances, this will be such a different conversation. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's PSG.
I understand that.
Like I feel like we dominated for large
This
parts
is
of the
it. My
game
man's
as
blaming
well.
the players, but the players didn't play bad.
I didn't blame the players. I blamed the set individuals for not taking their chances.
Who
I didn't
then?
blame the whole team. I didn't say to the whole team we're playing bad. I don't think we even really did anything that. I think we had a good performance after as I said, after the first 25, after the first 30. I think we played well up until PSG went and scored, and then Fred goes and get a red card, and then the game is over from there. After the Fred red card, we might as well just turn off the TV. We're never gonna win the game, bro. But up from that 25, 30 minutes, up to what, 70 minutes when Fred got his red card, we were in the game and we had opportunities to go and win it, bro. PSG were not doing nothing, fam. And we were getting through.
I think they were. I think they were.
You're making out like this was part of their tactic. This is what I don't like.
No,
bro.
I'm
You're
not
making out
saying it's part
this
of the
was
tactics,
part of
but
some
I
tactics
felt
or
for me though they played it. They played in a system where they had the ball 1 minute, they gave United the ball because they knew they weren't going to do anything with the ball. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And I feel like that moment when you look at it, that Martial moment, yeah, I don't understand what you're on about. But for me, it wasn't sustained. It wasn't a case of we're attacking them. It wasn't for me that, and that's my problem.
You thought we were going to go out there and dominate.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that.
You're saying, bro.
I just don't see how you see the game, as in we dominate the game. I didn't see that, man.
I see it like that.
Bro.
I said
We dominated the game from a set period, and in that period, when you're talking about in flashes, the game could have been won, bro. The game could have been, or at least we could have went 2-1 up.
But the PSG,
This is what I'm saying.
Let Statman talk because
PSG could have won
he
the game.
knows what happened.
What Cams is trying to say is that we had spells that we actually played well, and we could have, in those spells, that
And we
had
could have
chances to
capitalized
score,
on them
like
spells.
the Martial chance. But at the same time, PSG also had spells where they actually played well as well, and they created chances. So
But we're talking like PSG never had spells and it was just us.
Yeah, that's what I think Cam's like mistaken. In my opinion.
When did
But
PSG have top spells other than the first 25, which I said?
First 20, you see when that left back
Other
came
than
on,
the first 25, when did they have spells?
I think just before the Fred sending off, I think they were on top.
Yeah.
Just before.
Yeah, they scored,
Let me
though.
say
They
something,
scored.
yeah?
They scored, bro. They scored from it. That's what I said.
Hear
From when
this,
they
though.
Scored the game, and then Fred got a red
I'm
card.
saying
it's
just
over.
a bit before that as well. When Thomas Tuchel made those
Boy.
subs, I think the
So basically, you're saying they played in spells as well, but when they got their opportunity, they scored. What happened when we had our spells and had opportunity?
But I think
We
their
didn't
spells
take
were a
it,
bit
bro.
longer though.
We didn't
I think
take
their
it.
spells
Yeah,
lasted a bit longer.
that's the point.
I think our
disagree.
I don't agree. I don't
disagree.
agree.
I think our spells.
I don't
were,
agree.
I think you see the end of the first half, like the second part of the first half. I think we played decent. I think the start of the second half, I think we were decent, and I think that was it.
Start the second half was
that's
more
it.
my point.
The
start-
difference,
I don't know,
difference
man.
is, the difference between us and PSG today were when we had little spells, we created chances, whereas they had longer spells where they were on top that maybe they didn't create as many chances per minute that they were on top, but it didn't matter at the end of the day. If these men are creating 6 big chances and we're creating 2, what does it
Some
all
of them
mean, bro?
chances were after Fred had already got a red
Yeah, but
card,
man can
like,
say
the game
after
was
Fred
done
and
out
before
here, man.
Fred, bro. Like the
game was
facts
done out
are,
here.
when we got the goal, that's like man saying, oh, it was after this, after that, bro. We got the goal that Rashford dragged it, deflected it, went in against the runner play, and then after that, even before that, we could have been 2-0 down, bro. So man can say, like when it was 1-1, we could have made it 2-1, but when it was 1-0, it could have been 2-0. So man can say
That's
ifs
my
and buts,
problem,
but the facts are, when we were on top, and they were on top, they created more. I think they hit our crossbar and our post, if I remember correctly as well. I don't really remember their keeper making a good save. I remember the Martial miss, and I remember the block from Martial. That's all I really remember in 90 minutes of football. I remember that our manager made a substitution 75 minutes into the game. Fred was already on a knife edge and probably should have been sent off twice before he finally did get sent off, and he wasn't taken off. There's loads of different things that man's seeing. 75 minutes, no substitutions. We're not playing well. We're a man down. and it's taken you what 3/4 of the game almost to make a substitution.
And that was only because Rashford got injured.
That was a mistake, though. I can't lie. That was definitely a mistake. There was a couple things from this game for me, yeah? First of all, the lack of substitutions. You see, when PSG made them changes, you can see a dynamic shift. And the reason why I would say I felt it was a bit comfortable, because until those subs, I didn't really feel like under any pressure. If anything, I thought we would kick on and see it out, which we should have, because let's be real, we're playing PSG. I don't expect us to go and create bare open cut chances, have possession of the ball for most of the game to put on them. We are there to sort of accommodate what they're doing and play to our strengths, which I feel like the chances we had on the counter could have seen off the game. Like, it was one of them games. I didn't expect to.
Of course it could have, bro.
Yeah, and that's what
that's football, though.
Yeah, it is football, but I feel there's key points of the game. In the key points, we didn't make it matter, if that makes sense. We didn't make our key
understand what you're
points
saying,
count.
and I completely agree with you. But what I'm saying is, a key point of the game is when they're 1-0 up and could have made it 2-0 and they didn't, and then we score. So as much as we're talking about the times where the game could have been different for us, it could have been different for them. Like Saeed says, 100% of play, they created 6 big chances, yeah, and we only created 2. That's what I'm saying, bro. And the spells that we were on top, yeah, the spells that we were on top. The spells, bruv, man didn't need stats. I watched the whole flipping game, yeah, and there were chances where we could have changed the balance of the game by scoring at those moments. But also, we were very fortunate to still be in the game. Do you know what I'm saying? But you have to look at it from both sides, bro.
No, I hear that. I fully hear that. And when you're playing PSG in a game like this, the luck has to be on your side. Like that De Gea save with his hand, you have to have that luck with you. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't expect anything less. And I'm saying we had that luck and we had a chance to finish it off, regardless of what they do. Football can go either way. Look at like their Marquinhos' goal. A little bit, it could have been offside. If you have a De Gea save, if you have a De Gea save like that one with his hand, you need to go to the other end. Whether you have 2 chances, 1 chance, that 1 chance I feel changes everything. No matter what they've done beforehand, if that makes sense.
Also, when Fred headbutt the Brian should have been sent off, yeah?
He should have been sent off. He should have been sent off.
That changes the game as well. And what was the score then? Was it 1-1 already or was it 1-0 still?
I think it was 1-0.
It was 1-0. So again, if Fred gets sent off at 1-0,
that's what I'm talking about. It's a lot.
Then man can say, you know what, that was a big chance and it didn't go their way. Man can say ifs to the cows come home, bro. Like if it works out,
they'll say it's Ollie. If Fred done that. If he got a red card there, they would have said it's Ollie and he got his tactics.
But no one's talking about Ollie. No one's talking about Ollie right now, innit?
Right now,
no one's talking about Ollie right now. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of things he could have done, should have done, whatever. The facts are, when we're talking about big moments for us, Fred staying on the pitch, for what was a clear action of him moving his head towards a player was very fortunate. I've never seen them given a yellow card of VAR for a headbutt ever. So imagine we go 1-0 down, 10 men. Game's done, bruv. We lose this game 3-4-0, comfy. So
that's 100%.
So when men are talking about chances that we missed after that, bro, then they can turn around and say, but look at the fortunate things that we had before then, bro. That's why you have to look at it both sides.
Exactly, but I get what you're saying though. But now when you're talking about that, right? That is what I'm trying to say, What I'm trying to say is because initially Saeed was talking about Ollie this, Ollie that, right?
Yeah, man, what he made wrong.
If Fred went and done that, then same way like now, how I'm saying, I think a player or whatever should have put the game to bed, etc., etc. I would have said the same thing. Fred blamed. But what I'm coming here is hearing man say it was Ollie this, Ollie done that, and I'm like, nah, bruv, I don't see it as a game that, for me, that was a tactical disaster class by Ollie. Like how it's trying to
No, I'm not saying tactical disaster. I think you just got it wrong.
Bro,
5
man
moments.
Know how much I talk about Ollie, bro. I talk about him every single week,
I know.
bro. Like, I get
but
sick
it's a
of
5 moments
talking
still
about
comes,
him.
man.
But I can't today. I can't come around and say, oh, United were poor to the sense that because of Ollie, bro. I just can't. Personally, for me, not in today's game. Other games, fine, fam. You probably go and do it on the weekend. West Ham away. You're probably gonna play worse than that, bro. But today, I can't sit there and say for me, Ollie lost Man United that match, bro. That's how I feel like you're painting.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's
I think
all I'm saying.
He's a manager for me. You know, we're not talking about interim manager. He's a Man United manager. I've got to hold him accountable today. He's a Man United manager. Not many players played well today. You know what I
For
mean?
me-
For me, he should have played Donny today. You know what I mean? Like, it's simple things. You know what I mean? You got to counteract him. You knew Verratti was going to start today. You know what I mean? We didn't have the control of the ball midfield. I mean, you got to look at these basic stuff he did. You know what I mean? Not making subs early. These are him. This is a manager we're talking about. We're not trying to blame no one else. He's a manager. You know what I mean? And I know you're talking about
you
them
know what it
chances.
is, yeah? Like, sorry, Statman, go, bro.
I think with the starting 11, I'm not really moaning at Oli. I don't think Donny should. I think we all knew Fred and McTominay were going to play. He always, in big games, that double pivot works sometimes. And it kind of did work today. We know McTominay, he's a nuisance. And that's what he did to Neymar. For me, I didn't think Neymar was unbelievable today. Like, McTominay, especially in that second part of the first half, he did a job on Neymar.
But he did what he needed to do when it mattered.
Exactly. But for me, where I do blame Oli is the subs. He saw, like, what I always say about Oli, he's a reactive manager. He's not proactive. Thomas Tuchel was proactive today. He made the subs first, and Oli did not react quick enough. That's where I think Oli deserves the blame. But I don't.
And
think
when
we
they
can
made the
completely
changes,
blame
they
Oli.
scored
I
straight
agree.
away, bruv. Like, we were in need of a substitution before they made one. And they made one and they scored immediately, bro. And then, even then, react to the substitution they made. You didn't react to it, bro. As a manager, it's your job to react to the changes that the other manager makes, bro. Cam's watches American sport, bro. You know what the NFL is like, bro. If someone makes a play, you have to react to that, bro. He didn't react to it, bro. He's just on the sideline, vibes in, bro. When they made the changes, I think they scored within 5 minutes of the change because it made an immediate impact. We didn't react to it. 4 minutes, there you go. And then even when we conceded, we didn't react to that again. Do you know what I mean? Like, the starting lineup, man can say it was the right one or it wasn't the right one. Who cares, innit? The mentality of our game was, we're going to let PSG have the ball, hit them on the break. That's the same mentality we have all the time.
Yeah.
Our mentality is not conducive to really coming from behind. We got the chances in a certain spell, but at no point in that game, did I ever feel like we were comfortable, bro. It could have been a smash and grab and we could have been celebrating. But on the other side, we could have got a red card at 1-0 and lost 3-4-0 and man are laughing at us. It was one of those games, bro. So I see where there's chances where we could have scored, which could have changed the flow of the game. But they created a lot more than us. They played better football than us for most of the game. So it's one of them ones where we lost it. And 75 minutes to make a substitution when you're losing a game, bro. Like, Fred nearly got sent off 3 times before he got sent off the 4th time, bro. Like, could you not see that he was playing on the edge and take him off, maybe?
I hear that. Yeah, see, I can hear that.
Didn't the Leeds manager take a player off at half time on a yellow card?
Yeah,
the last game because he thought he was going to get sent off.
Yeah, I can hear your point about he even took him off before halftime.
There you go.
I can hear your point about that, but at the same time, even when I look at that, right, sometimes I feel like players get babied, bro. I feel like players get babied. The first thing I saw when Fred got his red card was Ollie's name. Was this? I'm like,
No.
Your
I didn't
shit
say
touch
that.
is what got you into this mess. To be honest, it might not have
I
been
was
a
blaming
your
Fred.
second yellow,
I was
but your
blaming
shit
Fred,
touch
me.
is what got you into this. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like people now are just becoming obsessed with just looking at gaffers. Like, sometimes, bro, a player, do your job, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to
100%.
say? That's how I see it. Your striker finished the who did we play the other day? Southampton, right? When
Southampton.
Cavani saved us. Was it Rashford that had like some 2 chances and he just was a howler? And I was like, bro, if this game is not won, bro, this is on his head, bro. On his head. And that's how I see it in this game. And even more so in this game, because you man see it differently to me. But in this game, I think we matched up with PSG well. I didn't look at PSG today and think, do you know what? They're the better team out here. I did not see that at all. You guys might have seen it that way. I didn't. I understand what you're saying in terms of the proactive substitution of Tuchel. That's fair enough. No one, as I said, I'm not going to give Oli a 10 out of 10. He did this and he did that wrong. But the stuff like Donny should have started and that's why. But we got through that stage.
No. I'm not saying that.
I think
I think you're mishearing me.
Say, bro.
Yeah,
I think you're mishearing
I
me.
didn't hear anyone say Donny should have
You,
started.
you said Donny.
I said that. I said that.
You said that.
I said that. I said that because of the fact that we didn't control the game in terms of he would have been better to combat Verratti. He would have been better in that midfield role. I think McTominay showed a lot of heart and desire, but maybe if you had a Donny there, would have had more bit of about us and would have went for it more. my issue is, yeah, I'm not saying tonight PSG should have won. You know what I mean? PSG, this and that. I mean, we were poor tonight. What I'm trying to say to you, Oli got it wrong in certain moments in the game. And for me, the matter of fact is, that's what you're going to get judged as a manager, right or wrong. If this was against RP Leipzig in the last game of the season, last game, yeah, what would you have done? What would you have said then?
If what?
If this happened in an RP Leipzig game and we were out, what would you have said then?
Bro, I'll be saying a lot more about Martial than you think.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the balance of play.
Is Martial the only player that didn't play well today?
For me, when it comes to the decisive moments, he cost Man United the game, bro.
Is Martial the only player that didn't play well today? Yes or no?
He was our worst player.
Was he?
In my opinion.
Okay.
Your job is there to score goals. You had 2 golden opportunities. You didn't take it.
No, go on, Rob. What are you saying, bro?
Hear what I'm saying? I think when you're looking at this game, you got to look at expectation. I expected us to come and do a smash and grab job, and we were doing that, if that makes sense. I didn't expect anything else but that. That's why I can say, I feel like what Cam said, how we matched up PSG, I feel PSG were more dangerous, but they didn't control it more, if that makes sense. Just because we weren't as dangerous as them, we're always going to play in moments. From that midway through the first half to before their changes, I honestly didn't fear PSG. That they're going to create chances and it's either going to go one way or the other. I know we're not going to keep them out for the whole game. It's not going to be one of those park the bus performances where I feel like they're not going to get chances. So I feel like for what my expectation of coming into the game was, I ain't seen us go and dominate a big side. It's always been like this. So I feel like we was controlling it in that aspect. I do agree with the subs. Subs could have been made way quicker. And the thing which gets to me in this game is when PSG made their subs, you can see Oli watching. He's not quick enough to see what is happening. A change of shape, you should know in the back of your mind, they've done this, it's going to be dangerous here. We need to bring this on to sort that out. But in that short pace after the change of shape, you can, I feel that comes with coaching experience. You'll know what to do. He didn't do nothing. We're getting overran. It's a bit hectic. And I think that all contributes to Fred losing his head in a sense. You know, because imagine you're cool, you're calm and collective. Okay, you're living on the edge, but at the same time, you're winning most of your 50-50s. And that's where a lot of the game can get lost. We went erratic after they changed shape, and we didn't do anything to counter that. So that's my fault of Oli. To be fair, when I saw the starting lineup, I thought, this is not it. Van der Beek just had a great game on the weekend. We can control, hold the ball a little bit more. And as the game's going on, it's like, you know what? I can't be mad with this starting lineup then, because they were doing the job that they were sent out to do. After the PSG subs, moments of madness, the game's gone. And then, obviously, it does beg the question. I feel like the Martial chance, because it was such an open goal, that's why it hurts even more. It wasn't like a half chance or even a 75% chance.
A big chance.
It was an open goal. It was harder to miss than it was to score. So that's why for a lot of us, I can't even see past that. Because
I wouldn't go that far, but it was a bad miss, bro. It was bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
You
and
know,
it was taken like a player with very, very low confidence.
Fam, Daniel James just rolled in the same similar sort of opportunity on the weekend. I feel Daniel James would have finished that.
Imagine if it was Dan James. Oh my goodness.
He'll be carrying his cross back to Manchester right now.
Man.
Crucified. I swear down.
Bro, you know what it is,
yeah? Anyone's backing Martial for that. I think
nobody's backing Martial for that miss,
that was
bro.
unforgivable.
I haven't seen anyone backing him for that miss. That was a poor miss. Those are the kind of misses, that I see that I get onto Sterling for. You know them as I get onto man for those misses. And there was a player sliding there, and Martial's taken his eye off the ball and he's looked at the player, but that's because he's not confident. He's taken that like a striker that's not confident. A confident striker doesn't take his eye off the ball there. Do you know what I'm saying? He almost panics. He's looked up to see someone's coming, sliding in, boom, slight bobble on the ball, it's gone over because he's not confident. He's bottled that chance.
The second one
because he's not confident. The second one was a very good shot, bruv. The ball's up in the air. You have to get your knee over the volley. It's easier to sky those if you don't get your knee over it. Do you know what I mean? And the player threw himself in front and blocked. That was a brilliant block from the defender. I wouldn't see that as a bad miss. If Harry Maguire threw his body on the line like that and blocked a shot, I'd say, that's a great block. I wouldn't say the player should have scored that. It was a great block.
But okay, you wouldn't say the player should have scored it, but when it drops to Martial, do you expect him to score or not? Because I expect him to score. That's why it feels like a miss.
Bruv, I expect every striker in football to score those chances, but sometimes you have to put your hands up and say, yo, the defender's done well. It's the same. How many times have you seen a striker get a chance and you expect them to score and the keeper makes a good save? That's what that was. It was a good save. Good saves happen. How many times does the ball look like he's going in and De Gea tips it over? It happens, bro. Do you know what I mean? You can't say, oh, the British should have saved it. I mean, they should have scored. It'd be like, yo, De Gea made a 6 save. That was a great block. That's what it was. But because Martial missed the first one, that miss is looking worse to everyone else because he missed the first one. If he didn't miss the first one, man wouldn't be talking about the second chance like that. It's only because the first one was so bad.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I'm saying? But away from those 2 chances, his link play was good. His build-up play was good, and he tried to offer something in the open play, bro. He just missed those chances because the guy's mad. He ain't got no confidence. I can't make no excuses for that first miss, bro. Like, there's none. Low confidence, he's bottled it. There's no
You know what else, though? You know what else, though? And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. I feel like when Martial plays out on the left, he doesn't look as interested. And that's what was getting to me in the game as well.
Because he don't like defending, bro.
He don't like defending. I get that. But when you see the job that Cavani's done, I wasn't pro Cavani coming into the squad, but it's really made me see a difference in what it's like. I thought Cavani's done. He ain't got the pace like that. But you see the difference in a forward. Cavani offers something so different to Martial. And when Martial was banging goals, fair enough, I won't say nothing. Yeah. But when you see the difference that could be in there, it's almost like if Martial wants to play up top, he's got to show us something. And when you're putting him out on the wing, it's a bit dejected and stuff like that. You know, I'm not onto him. I got Martial's number on my back.
I think you got to realize confidence. Confidence is a big thing, man.
Sorry, bro. I don't even think it's the confidence is why he's not finishing well. His link play has not diminished. No. Do you know what I'm saying? Second half of the season after lockdown last season, Martial was our best player. Hands down. And it wasn't just because he was scoring goals. His link play was there. His link play is still there now, but we're playing worse now than the football I've seen us play in a long, long time. Actually, tell a lie. Post-lockdown, we just haven't recovered. We've been playing crap football ever since. We dragged our asses over the line to finish third. We weren't playing well. We got battered by West Ham, Southampton. All these teams battered us, but we got over the line and we started the season exactly how we finished the last season. Martial hasn't been getting a lot of the ball. The team as a whole hasn't been playing well. And you see Cavani, he's the kind of striker, because of his movement, if there's no style of play and nothing's happening, he'll just make something, he'll throw himself on the end or something. He's an old-fashioned number 9, bro. That's not what Martial is. So it looks like he's trying harder because he runs around more. And he will score the chances that Martial won't score, but Martial will score the chances he won't score. They're complete different players. That's all it is. It's just that Cavani, the way he plays now, is probably more suited to the football we're playing at the moment under Oli, which is unpredictable football right now. That's all it is.
Would you lot have Martial as our 9 for a long time?
Under this coach,
I would love to see him develop.
I've always doubted that.
I would love to see him develop. I don't know.
I don't doubt him.
I've always doubted him as a long-term number 9. Yeah, you know me.
I don't think he suits playing in the 9 up front, with this lack of build-up, lack of chances.
There you go.
System.
Yeah.
Martial's the kind of player, The difference between Martial and Cavani's an old-school centre-forward that doesn't need players around him. He'll throw his head on the end of a cross. He'll do these little darting runs and all these. Martial wants to come and he wants it into feet so he can link with people. That's the kind of player he is. He's a completely different player. Martial's not going to play on the shoulder and want balls in behind like what Rashford wants. I said Rashford ain't as clinical when it comes to finishing with Martial when he's through on goal. But the facts are, they're different styles of players. Rashford, Martial, Cavani, they're all completely, and even Mason, 4 completely different style forwards. In this system, Cavani's the best suited to playing up there up top because he'll do more on his own.
But bro, remember when back then when I was saying I'll take Kane as our 9, people were saying Martial suits United's system more than Kane. Now we're this season and people are saying Martial should maybe go back on the left. He's not a striker. There's no way people are now seeing Cavani and seeing this is what we need in a 9. But just
we're not saying that. We're not saying
we wouldn't
that.
take Harry
but
Kane
to be fair, I know what you're saying, Cams, and that argument And that was before Bruno came in, bro. Our style of play has changed since Bruno's come in. Because now we play through him in the middle. We don't play through our attackers no more. We play through him. That's why he creates so many chances. That's why he scores so many goals.
Our whole forward line is inconsistent.
Our whole forward line, our whole forward line are a lot less productive now. And Bruno's a lot more productive because he's getting more of the ball and we're playing through him.
Yeah.
We're not playing the same football we were playing before we came.
When does that now come to though? What's the whole?
That's not me blaming him. That's not me blaming Bruno. That's me stating facts. The football's changed. You can see it.
So what's the underlying issue then? Now we're talking about now.
The balance isn't there, bruv, because we're winging it. That's why.
I think when you have when people talk about what Martial brings, of course we know he brings like good link up play and stuff, right? But I just don't want it's starting to become a thing that Arsenal fans were saying about Lacazette when the goals dried up. What Liverpool fans started saying about no. Listen, I'm not saying he's Lacazette, but I'm saying when the goals started drying up, before Lacazette became this bum, when it first started, it was like this is what he brings players back to play. He's better than Aubameyang at doing it. That's what people were saying. And then obviously with Firmino, when the goals started drying up, that's all you talk about. And I feel like now we're talking about the link up. But then when you look at the goal that we scored, again, Cavani's a unique player, even for his traditional 9. The way he poaches stuff is amazing. But the fact that listen to a stat. United have scored 2. Cavani has now scored 2 headers for United. Yeah, we've only scored 2. Only 2 other players have scored 2 headers for about 4 seasons, I believe it is, or since 2018 or something like that. He's top of the list.
We don't have that style of striker he is, though. Lukaku wasn't Lukaku wasn't like that either. He wasn't a throwback, throw his head at everything.
I agree.
So that's why.
That's why it didn't stick in for him, because Lukaku could even really trap a ball and build off him like that. Do you know what I mean? But United, the option of even getting the ball down the line and putting a cross in, we don't have these type of options because Martial's in the box. Do you know what I mean? So,
Martial scored headers, bruv.
He scored headers. It was in the league. I'm talking about in the league.
He scored headers. I was going to say the league.
He scored a few headers, bro.
Scored against Newcastle last year, I think.
Yeah,
but would you say? But you wouldn't target for Martial. You wouldn't get the ball. Look at you.
I understand what you're saying, but you wouldn't do that with Firmino either, bro. And guess what? Like, them man have Trent and thingy putting in crosses, bro. You can still score from crosses without having an old-fashioned poacher in there, bro.
Yeah,
the fact is, we don't have.
Does Martial have that movement of Salah and Mane though?
He doesn't play like that. They play out wide, bro. I'm talking about who's in the middle for them, because Martial does score your 6-yard box. If you put the ball into the box, he will score, but he doesn't traditionally make those kind of runs. But again, it comes down to a system, bro. It comes down to coaching.
Yeah, I personally would go for somebody. Yeah, don't get twisted. No one here. People are gonna start say, "Oh, agenda." I've never said United. And only way I'd sell Martial is if it's a package for like Haaland or something. Other than that, I wouldn't sell it.
Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say? I'll keep him in the squad. But United, for me, we need, as I said, when we've grown up on United, it's that you need that 9, that proper 9. And I don't think that Martial.
Not many out there, though, mate. There's not many out there,
9 that we can build off.
Proper 9s like that in world football don't really exist because the game is moving away from that. Cavani is one of the last of your old school 9s, fox in the box, 6-yard box movement. Make one run for you, another run for the defender, then make another run. Them things don't exist no more. Now number 9s are pressing people, winning the ball back, linking play, and your central players aren't the guys scoring goals. It's your wide players. Look at Man City. Sterling getting 30. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only because they've got a throwback like Aguero. Once Aguero retires, they're going to replace him with someone that's not going to get 30 goals. Because these men are a dying breed of footballer. So the Cavani thing is nice, but bro, football's not going that way no more.
Wait, listen. So Brave, but what we're saying is that we're going to have to accept that Martial is not going to score that many goals.
No, he will score goals, but when you say that many, whose strikers are scoring 30 goals apart central players? Whose central players are scoring 30 goals?
This is why I'm saying that I would do everything in my ability to get Haaland. This is what I've been saying. This is why it's in my opinion, one of the most important things. I would get Haaland before I get Sancho, mate.
That sounds fair. To be fair, we've got Diallo coming up. Yeah, that's.
But the thing is, we don't create enough chances anyway. So exactly.
It's all about system, man. It's all about system.
But you're saying we don't create chances.
We had Lukaku, and he wasn't bagging as much as he was supposed to because we weren't creating enough for him. That's a fact, and I don't like him. I don't like him, yeah, but the guy scores goals if you create chances for him. You know what I'm saying? The facts are, as a football club, we don't create chances. Statman's right here. Like, Bruno's got bare assists, yeah, but his expected assists are a lot lower than the assists that he's actually got because we don't create clear-cut chances for players.
Yeah.
Like, we don't.
In the last few weeks, United have actually created chances for some of my players. As I said it, I tweeted it, when Rashford missed that chance, never been clinical enough. You're always going to get an opportunity where you think should have scored, whatever. In the last few weeks, we've actually created few opportunities. And I'm looking at these players and I'm like, hold on. Even when we create them, you guys don't even really score. Like, bro, I feel like sometimes I just feel like these players get away with a bit of murder, bro. A bit of murder.
What do you expect from Martial?
I just want to know that if it was Poch in charge, for example, and the same thing was happening, would we say it's the players, or would we just say sometimes I feel like it's so easy just to say it's the comfortable thing to say it's the manager or whatever, but sometimes I look at these guys and I
think it is though.
What do I say? I speak about Wan-Bissaka, for example. Yeah, man, them know my views on Wan-Bissaka. I'm always like, in Europe, if we're a dominating team on attack, you need technical ability. We can't have someone like Wan-Bissaka. But like, I look at the players. I say, is he good enough for Europe? I think about Maguire. Is he good enough for Europe? You think about McTominay. Is he good enough for Europe? That same question needs to be asked about Martial, in my opinion. Because, bro, take these chances. What's his record?
I think
I tell you what, if we put Martial in that Dortmund team, that brother would be scoring for fun.
Exactly.
I think
Barcelona
so.
team.
I think if Haaland, so you saying, do you guys think if Haaland came to United, he wouldn't score a lot of goals?
No, but bruv, he would score goals, but he wouldn't score as many as you would think he would.
You know why?
Because we think he would get 25 plus a season.
Haaland is not someone who creates chances for himself. He's not, bro. And if you look at Martial's goals last season, most of them he created himself, bro. But any striker that relies on service is going to drown in this team. Look at Aubameyang drowning at Arsenal, yeah? Because they're not creating chances. Aubameyang's one of the best finishers in world football, mate. But guess what? If you're not creating chances, it doesn't matter.
The guy got 17 non-penalty goals. 17 non-penalty goals last year. That was the third best in the league. Martial. And the thing is, he overperformed his expected goals as well. So he's clearly clinical. Yes, this season he's been poor. I'm not defending that. This season he's been shocking. But he still has that potential to be the number 9.
The thing is, look, movement, makes passes.
Yeah, I hear that.
Movement makes passes. The option makes passes. Martial is going to be a player that creates his own chance a lot because he has that individual ability and wants the ball to his feet, and he can turn, get past 1, get past 2, maybe pull off a shot, 1, 2, maybe, because that is how he is. So I am not surprised to see stats of Martial will have loads of opportunities to create chances himself. That's a good trait to have. But movement does make chances, bro. Sometimes just that dart across the front, man, that's made an average cross look into a good cross. Rashford's cross the other day was decent cross. Cavani made a quarter chance. A goal.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Stan.
But one thing I would say, being a striker, bro, you're saying, the movement. Yes, the movement does create a chance, but guess what? Most of the time, the movement comes after the pass. If you're a striker making a near post run, if you make the near post run before the cross, it's no good. The ball has to be
in line. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So, but it's all well and good. Man are saying like think about it this way, You make if you want to make a near post run as a striker, once the ball struck, that is when you dart across and you make that run. And then you turn that cross, that whether it's a good cross or not a good cross, into a decent cross, whatever. The ball still needs to be put in. Do you know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, you get moments where a player makes the move and he makes the midfielders idea. Like, you remember when Fabregas would get the ball, right? And forget Fabregas at any other team. I'm just talking about, let's say Fabregas at Chelsea with Diego Costa. Costa has to make that move and Fabregas is like, oh, boom, thank you, that long ball is on. That ball is on. Do you know what I mean? That pass is on. That is what I think that we lack.
I know what you're saying, but Rashford gives you that, though. When Rashford plays up front, he gives you that, but the difference is he doesn't know the offside rule. However, that's because Rashford likes to get in behind. But the difference is, If you know Martial is someone who likes the ball into feet, yeah, early, give it to him into feet early. He doesn't get the ball into feet early enough because, again, yeah, everyone's doing whatever they want. We don't have a clear pattern of play. Like, we don't see the amount of times players make a run and don't receive it. We only see when the ball's overhit or it's a bad pass, bro. Unless you're actually in the stadium, a lot of the times you don't see when players are showing for the ball and they don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's one of them players. Like, even like, there's loads of strikers like that. Like, Aguero will want it in behind, do all these things. There's certain strikers like a Calvert-Lewin will want it into space so they can run the channel, hold it. And then there's players like Firmino that want to come to feet. Yeah. Even Henry was a player. He came to feet all the time, bro. He wasn't going. Henry wasn't like, play it down the line in the channel and that. No, bro. Some strikers like the ball to feet. Some players like it in space, bro. If we're gonna play without a style of play and we want someone like Cavani that's gonna run the channels like an old-fashioned 9, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Even a Harry Kane doesn't play like that.
No, look at the night without no service.
What's mad? You know what's mad about oh fam, the thing slipped out my mind. Carry on, sir. I'll come back to it.
Because the way you're talking here, we need someone like Calvert-Lewin.
No.
Oh yeah,
there we go. Sorry, it's come back. The thing about it, you see with everything that people say about Firmino, right? In terms of, he was doing all of this. Did you not notice as soon as Liverpool's goals, Liverpool stopped winning games, they all turn on Firmino because they're not giving him the goals that they want. Really and truly, they were covering for his averageness because Salah and Mane are absolute monsters.
So then where's Rashford then?
I disagree with that.
It's like Rashford's not Mane and Salah. He's not.
No, but I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? I think we're too reliant on Martial as well. You know, you got to look at the others as well. You know what I mean? Mason's not started off well this season. Rashford's been nowhere this season. You know what I mean? Daniel James is not doing anything. You got to look at him, man. We're putting too much pressure on Martial. There's a lot of
Come on, bro. Let's be honest. He's got 0 league goals, bro.
Statman, I'm just trying to say to you, there's not many rounds. I'm just trying to say to you.
I haven't once tried to make it a Rashford.
No. I'm not as well. I'm not. Can't believe me. Best believe me, I'm not as well. But I'm looking at the whole culture of the football club. Rashford isn't performing. Greenwood is, he's done his thing this season. Mata's not giving inspiring. There's a lot of things going on. You got to look at the whole thing as a whole, mate. We're relying now on Cavani as our saviour. This is what we're doing right now. Man United have not structured a football club to say we're going to buy an out-and-out number 9, mate. They're not done that. And the matter of fact,
that's why we're relying on individuals, and that's why we're talking about
that's my whole point is individual brilliances. There's a lot of this going on right now. And until we fix that, we won't see the best of Martial. We won't see a better team, mate. It's as simple as that. We're going round in circles here. You know what I mean?
With the Firmino argument, Cams, let me tell you something, bro. People on football Twitter are getting onto Firmino, but Klopp's still playing him. Even when Yotta's scoring, Klopp still plays Firmino as well because he knows his worth to the team. But this era is so obsessed, with goals and assists that they're overlooking the balance that he gives the team, bro. Like, so man can rub out Firmino and that, but the facts are, even though man isn't scoring goals, he offers a very, very unique set of skills that no other player in their team has. The same with Martial, which is why our win percentage without Martial is on something like 27%.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it, Statman?
I think it's something around that, and then our win percentage with him is like 70-something. So he's arguably our most important attacker.
Because he links the play. He gives us something that no other player gives us. Like I said before the game, Rashford doesn't hold the ball well. Bruno doesn't hold the ball well. Fred doesn't hold the ball well. McTominay doesn't. So when you play all 4 of them players and you don't play a Martial, it's literally ball over the top, hit and hope football.
You see with I hear what you're saying, and look, I don't know what people are seem to be weird. If you guys want to discuss Rashford, right? Put the question out there. Someone put a question. Let's discuss Rashford because I think people think it's a Rashford v Martial thing.
No, people have been saying there's been bad comments.
I haven't mentioned Rashford. I haven't mentioned Greenwood. I haven't mentioned Maguire. I haven't mentioned nobody else except from one player that we're talking about. I haven't said Rashford does this better than Martial. Did it? No, I haven't. So if people want it to be a comparison thing.
The way you're coming across right now is just that it's just solely Martial's fault.
That's the only player's name. That's the only player's name that you've mentioned since you've come on here. So that's why these men are saying.
If I came onto this live and I just started talking about Rashford, I bet it will be fine.
Not at all. Because some men are saying
Rashford. Do you know what I'm trying to say? No, because what I'm talking about is a specific thing from the game, and then we just led into a discussion about it. If man want to open up a dialogue about my man, the thing that I like to do is not bring up bare other people. If I'm only going to speak about one person, let's speak. If you want to speak about one person, if you want to speak about Bruno, let's speak about Bruno. If you want to speak about this person, that's calm. How many lives have I been on with you, Rants, and we spoke about Bruno, bro? Bare lives. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if it's a thing we're going to talk about the individual, that's fine. But I don't like when people make it out like if you speak about one player, then you're basically defending the other player. Like, no, it's not a thing like that.
I know.
It doesn't always have
What,
to be,
what is how
you know
it's
what I'm
coming
saying?
across is I said to you, I said, bruv, who played well today? Because in my eyes, nobody played well today. As a team collectively, we were poor. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't see it like that.
I think we were poor, but in spells, we could have got something from the game. That's how I saw it. I didn't see it as, we played well and we were unlucky. I saw it as, even though we weren't playing well, there were times where when we were on top, we could have nicked it, bro. United have played worse than that and won games. We see it all the time.
I think it was a calm standard game. Two teams that were cancelling each other out, in my opinion. Just a calm game with moments, as you guys mentioned, with moments that the game should be won. And I think when we had the moments, we didn't take it, and that's it. In terms of poor, I don't think we were poor. I can't look at Lindo, Maguire, De Gea, or anyone and be like, you know what, you were poor tonight. I just think you're just, you know what, you were calm. Just standard performance. If I was to give everyone a performance, it'd be what, 6.5.
What do you mean standard? What is six? Is six? Standard. Is 6 all right for a Manchester United player?
But it's against PSG. It's a good team that we're playing against.
Yeah, but
they didn't.
PSG are a good team, yeah, by their name. But man for man, PSG ain't better than us. And if they are, it's only marginal.
Bro, I actually left that game, bro, saying in my group chats, United are better than these lot, bro. United are actually better than these guys,
if we played and we had a style of play and a bit of positivity, there's no reason why man for man we shouldn't be beating these men at home. But the facts are, we didn't go there with that mentality or that attitude. We went there to sucker punch them, and we could have sucker punched them, but really, we were very passive in that game for large spells. And that's the reason why PSG, done to us what they did. Because at the end of the day, they're subbing on Ander Herrera. We're bringing on Paul Pogba. We're bringing on Donny van der Beek. I mean, their team ain't that good. It's not, bro. When you look at it, man for man, bro, they played Moise Kean, bro. He's not getting in our squad.
Bro.
So when I look at
it, to Martial,
see, Moise Kean,
man. Yeah,
Moise Kean ain't getting into our squad. They're not getting into our squad,
bro. This is what I'm saying, and I also think I know you man saying about the sucker punch, kind of like a counter thing. When we came and started the game, right? When we started the game that way, I wrote United are going to play. Actually, I started before the match. I said United are going to try and play a counter at home against PSG. Going a goal down, low key, actually made us come out and actually play football. Because listen, you're going to lose the game at the end of the day if you're just going to keep trying to do this counter thing. And I think there was a period through the game where I was like, do you know what? This game, we are going to be the ones to win it. We're the better team out here. Then obviously forget about, the chances happened, we missed it, whatever. As soon as the goal went in and then the red card goes, then of course, bro, the game's game over. But I think it was a very fine margin game. That's what I'm saying. I think it was a very fine margin game. But in terms of when you say we weren't trying to sucker punch them, I think there was a spell through the game where we weren't trying to do that, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Bruv,
it started that way.
Out of everyone that started the game, I think Tellez was the only player, that was probably above a 7 out of 10. Probably him and David De Gea. That's it. I'm going to keep it all the way real. So when you're saying that you think we played all right, I thought McTominay roughed people up, but that's all he ever gives you anyway. I thought Fred was a liability in terms of he was on a yellow card and he kept doing stupid things. Bruno was shocking. That's one of the worst games I've seen him play for us. Rashford, in spells, got on the ball, but his end product lacked. He scored a lucky goal, and other than that, he was getting into threatening positions, but didn't really do anything. Martial looked devoid of confidence and missed a big chance. Who played well, bro? I don't really know. Do you know what I mean?
I think McTominay played all right today. I think he was just a nuisance. I think
that's exactly what he was. He did a job.
I think Tellez was all right. I think I think in the
I
first
don't
half,
think the
personally, I think
defense
Wan
even really had a. I don't think the defense had a bad
shocking
game.
game. Yeah, I think Wan
You guys
Bissaka
think
was
the
decent. I
defense
think
had a bad? I think
They didn't
were
have
all-
a bad game, but
Yeah, I
when we
think they were all
got carved open, it was individual brilliance. If you got Mbappe toasting you, what can you really do? I'm not saying
Bro,
man
I
played
even
badly.
seen a couple times. I even see a couple times flipping Harry Maguire went out to the wing and was tackling flipping Mbappe. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like 2 times he went out to the wing and tackled Mbappe. And Lindelof, I don't really think when you actually deep what their goal was as well. Yeah, both their goals, fam. When you actually deep what both their goals was as well, I don't think the defense in that game could really be like, you know what? We should look at them and be like they had a bad game, in my opinion. I think they all played all right, done their jobs well, bro. In my opinion. What do you guys think? You guys think they didn't do their job?
No, I don't think the defenders played badly, but bruv, like when man concede, when man concede 6 big chances, and when we think, the chance that Mbappe screwed across the goal that he probably should have passed across to Neymar, bruv, it could have been a completely different game, bro. I don't think they played badly, but I don't remember them doing anything good, like anything heroic, bro. It was one of them ones where it was just, it was all right until it wasn't. You know them ones, but I wouldn't say that they played badly. But we're talking about our defenders here. We're talking about everyone's chat right now is on the chance we missed and the chances we missed. But brother, all of our attackers were crap.
But
they didn't really create nothing, bro. So that shows you, that we're overemphasizing how well we attacked because we should be praising loads of our attackers, but we're not. All of them were shit.
For me, this is what, I get what you're saying, innit? But you see in some games, right? You see in some moments, these are where you can kind of be like, no, I don't even want to use the word. You know, the word will come across as snatch and grab when it's an Ollie or a Jose. But some managers, it'll be seen as a grind. If it was like a Klopp, it'll be seen as in they grinded it. If it's a Jose, they snatched and grabbed it. You know what I'm trying to say? It really depends on how you see it. But I actually think in a game like this, when it was tight, blah 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 blah. There is games that you're going to have and be like, of course, now if we're talking about the bigger picture of Man United, why is there so many games where it looks like we're trying to snatch and grab it, etc.? And that's where we all go into Ollie. But in a game like this, I would have been perfectly calm, bro, for Man United to have gone, you can say Rashford played poor, Bruno played poor, Bruno was like goes, Cavani, whatever. But those chances that we had, and don't forget, Mandem, I've not just said Martial, I still think that as good as Bruno is at striking the football and blah blah blah, I think he could have either taken a touch or shot, anything. So the fact that I think we created a little something, it could have been a game where it's like, all right, the boys didn't do that well at home to PSG, whatever, win it, top of the group, see you later, good night. But then, boom, we didn't take it, and then, bruh, that's how I see it. Do you know what I mean?
I kind of hear what Cam's saying. It's basically fine margins of football.
Bro,
Right.
but of course, but we know that. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, on the balance of how the game went today, if in general we were playing good football, because it seems like every game we play is a smash and grab. So because of that, certain men are feeling disheartened now with this performance because it's like, yo, it's the same old shit. We sit back trying to hit man on the break, waiting on 1 or 2 chances to nick it, and it didn't come today. Under another manager, if we did take those chances and we won, people would turn around and say, you know what? It's a good tactical performance and that. Do you know what I mean? We've outwitted PSG, this, that, and the other. But the fact is, we play like this every fucking week.
But I think the way you have to look at it today is a match reaction. Like looking at today, I think Ollie, the way he set up, if we had got the first goal, it's a different story. But the thing is, we didn't get the first goal. And that's where I think the criticism comes of Ollie. He had to make those changes earlier. But other than that, I think Fred and McTominay, I think he set the team up with decent UO for me.
You know what it is, we know that Ollie's reactive, as you mentioned, innit? So once it got to that spell, right, after the second half, where it looked like, let's not say United are gonna win. Let's say where it looked like United are not gonna lose. Yeah. When it got to that spell where it looked like United are not gonna lose, I think Ollie was now at that point where it's like, shit. Now, if I make a change, this could just go all the way left. Because in the second half, I thought McTominay and Fred actually started playing like, you know how they think they got a little duo going on at the moment? Yeah. They started playing a bit more like it. So I think he was looking at it and thought, do you know what? Let's just see how it goes, blah, blah. And then when we get the chances, he's probably thinking, yep, all right, we're actually going to go and win this game. But then this is what happens. When you go and concede, then it's like, boom, you're fucked. You get me? You're fucked. And then let's not even talk about the red card. The red card happened and whatever. But I think he got to a point where he thought, it's going well. He needs to see it out. Haven't you seen? Sometimes you see managers just trying to wait it out. But as you mentioned, maybe you could say Tuchel did a little sub, and then he initiated. Do you know what I mean? But I think that was his thinking behind it. I don't really agree with it because I do understand what you're saying. I think Donny van de Beek should have came on because PSG were kind of saying, "Come and beat us." It kind of feels like, I don't know. Can you remember?
But they were.
Can you remember Chelsea game at Old Trafford? It kind of felt like that. You know, there was a point where Chelsea was just kind of like, you know what? We're not even going to try and win this game. That's how I kind of saw it at one point. But then, obviously, guess
what beats these teams? Sustained pressure. That is how you beat teams like this. Do you know what I mean? It's no coincidence why certain teams, look at Liverpool. Remember last season, people kept saying, Liverpool keeps scoring late goals because of sustained pressure.
Us under Fergie, bro. It's exactly like us.
And why did we score late goals under Fergie? Because of sustained pressure. And people crumbled, bro. United don't have sustained pressure under Oli because we can't keep the football for more than 5 passes, bro. So how do you expect, to grind down and break down teams if we can't keep the ball in the midfield, bro? And that's why I've always said, like, I'm not a massive fan of having Bruno in the 10, bro. I'm not. Like, his numbers are great. They are great. But today, we saw what we see every single game, bruv. Him getting the ball, giving it away, getting the ball, giving it away.
Who's that about, sorry?
Bruno. And the thing is, sustained pressure comes from keeping the football. He gives the football away more than any other player repeatedly. And when he doesn't score or assist, it works against us, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why people think that I don't like him. I don't dislike the guy, bro. Like, he's got a very specific skill set, that works for some people and doesn't work for some people. For me, it doesn't work for. Because in games like today, if we could have kept the ball a lot better when we did have spells, we probably do get the goal just from pressure. Every time you're giving the ball away and doing stupid little outside of the foot passes and trying to do other things like that, bruv, what you're doing is you're starting an attack for the other team. And the same with Rashford dallying on the ball. The goal that they scored, the first goal, Rashford had the ball almost like through on goal, and then he was dallying.
I don't think you can blame Rashford.
No.
Which one was that for? The
first goal. Like, I'm not saying
ran down the wing.
Yeah, bruv. But the thing is,
I don't know why he did that.
But why did he do that, bro? Like, honestly, Statman,
he should have been running straight at them. I don't know. He ran and he got.
He ran away from the goal,
yeah,
like passively. Then he got nudged off the ball, and then it was like, bruv, bruv, it's not. He could have pushed it and ran with it. Like, that's why I think he's in.
I hear that, but the ball still had to travel like 60, 70 yards.
I know, but I'm not saying that. Definitely. But again, it's a stupid turnover, bro. Do you know what I mean? Bruv, you've turned the ball over on the edge of their area. You haven't even attempted to get a shot off or tried to beat the man. You've just let him push you off the ball, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. You're starting an attack for the other team when you let them have the ball. If I lose the ball like that, a man's breaking away, bruv. How are you going to let man dash you away like that? So every time man gives the ball away 31 times, or 41 times and we don't win the game, you're starting an attack for the other team every time you do that. We used to get onto Alexis Sanchez for doing it all the time.
I think all the time. Well, you could say he could have been stronger, but at the same time, you need to remember, I think for England, he pulled out because of the shoulder injury. We don't know. And when he came off today, it was a shoulder injury again. We don't know if it's the shoulder that is fully recovered again. So
I hear that, but when you're barging a man, that ain't got nothing to do with that still. Like, for someone that's dislocated the shoulder
kind of thing, innit?
No, but when you barge, it comes from your core and your legs. It's not like you're not elbowing, man. So it's like, for me, that's neither here nor there. That came down to poor decision making from Rashford. Protecting a football is a part of being a dribbler, a part of being an attacker. Protect the ball. Have the ball, your body between the man and the football, which he did have. He didn't protect the ball well. He got pushed off like a little kid, bro.
You know,
do you know what I mean?
My thing is, like, it's with the Rashford thing, right? I think he played all right today. He, as Rants said it, earlier, he had chance. He had not chances, but he created the Martial chance, and he had moments where it was like, okay, you're looking like our bright spark. You get what I'm trying to say? But I think I'm not somebody that's with the whole, are you injured? Are you not? Listen now. We've been saying, are you injured for months? If it means coming out of the team, and not playing until you're fully fit and ready, then do that. this whole I can't be.
But the
bothered
manager's
for
picking him, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever's going on, whatever's going on back there, right? With Ollie, the physios, the whoever. If Rashford's injured, don't play him. It's simple as that. I'm tired. I'm hating. I hate how if it's a bad game, you're injured. Do you know what I mean? Like just are you fit or not?
No, but I'm saying, bro,
the
normally where
confusion
he
of
would
that.
open up his legs, yeah, and run at people, he's not doing it no more. That's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Instead of me saying, yo, he's crap, I'm just going to say, you know what? I think he's injured because something's not adding up, bro. Do you know what I mean? Something's not adding up. Like where he would use his explosiveness, he doesn't have that anymore. Now he's trying to do the Grealish thing, slow down and put his foot on the ball and that.
Be a
Nah,
bit
you
more
ain't
of a
that good.
playmaker.
Yeah, you ain't that good. You can't do the Grealish thing.
The thing is, at this point, like, look, I'm always somebody that I love when players show a bit of fight and stuff, especially in this day and age, because it's going. People are too on being soft. Maguire was trying to split up the beef. He should have been front line in the beef, but he was trying to split up and that. All the softness, I don't really rate. So when Rashford is somebody that, you know, he wants to play. Do you know what I mean? He wants to play. Fair, I like that mentality. But at the same time, if it's going to be harming you, right? If it's going to be harming you and in the long run, then you shouldn't play. Do you know what I mean? You just shouldn't play. And the thing is, how we say, for example, might be Ollie or the backroom staff, yeah? He was going to go play for England. It was him that withdrew. He was going to go play for England. So that means Southgate and the England lot were going to let him play as well. So it's starting to be, is it the player's decision that he's saying that he's fit? Maybe he has something wrong with his shoulder, but it's not bad enough to declare yourself unfit. So
But
now
bro,
it does come. You get
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
care if the player's declaring himself fit, bro. Like it's down to the manager to tell him he's not playing.
I hear that. No, I hear that. But I'm
Because
just saying,
most players are gonna say they're fit to play, bro. But there's too much at stake to be carrying players.
this is what I mean, and this is exactly what I'm saying. I don't like how we're talking about or whatever. Not even just you players. The commentators are he looks injured, or when Rashford comes off, he's going down the tunnel. Blah blah. It's like, but then he's miraculously going to be ready for Saturday or Sunday. That's dead.
But it keeps
man. He
happening.
needs to stop that
Maguire
shit,
was
man.
limping last game, the game before last, bruv. In the
Yeah, the
warm up,
club-
Bruno
yeah, exactly.
was limping in the warm up to the last game, bruv.
I think you just had to blame the medical team on that because, like last year, look at Pogba against Rochdale. He played with an injury and he aggravated that injury.
Yeah, he
Sometimes
played
whatever's
with
going on
a
behind
bit
the
of
scenes,
bone floating around in his ankle, bro.
Exactly. Like sometimes, like obviously, the players are gonna say, "We want to play, we want to play." The medical team have to take responsibility.
That's
Honestly,
exactly
yeah.
it.
Whatever. I don't know what goes on in the medical.
I think a
team
few of
and
our
stuff, you know what I
players
mean?
are
But
playing injured, if I'm honest, bruv. Man was saying that Lindelof had a back problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Harry Maguire's always got something wrong with him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's just a big oaf, blood, and these things happen. And then Rashford's pretty much been injured. He looks like he hasn't recovered from that back injury because since he's come back, he hasn't looked like the same player. He hasn't at all, bruv. He still scored goals and that, like a few pens and that. But honestly, bro, he don't look like the same player, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
I think if it means like I don't see this is what I don't like. This is what is like kind of confusing because you would see him have good moments, right? Or good moments, good runs, or he try to take on a player, take a shot off, or whatever. But then it's like it might deteriorate, and then it's like, oh, he's injured. So it's like, are you injured? Were you injured when you were making those runs, or are you just injured when the performance isn't going as well? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like,
but I think,
Yeah, but then, bruv,
that's
so
what I'm
where are we going with this? Because for me, it's that
for
simple.
me,
I've
they need
always
to just go on.
I've always said about Rashford, I think that he's overrated. I've always said it. I think that people expect way more from him than they should. I think Rashford's a moments player. He's got good individual skill at times, and when you're not expecting it, he'll do something brilliant. But consistently, he will never be good enough. That's always been my stance on him.
For me, yeah, I hear what you said. I remember you said you said something like
Compared him to Nani.
to Nani, innit? Yeah.
Same with Nani. Nani has world-class moments. You look at Manchester United, yeah.
He even had a season of, remember, was it 10-11? 10-11?
Amazing.
He was our best player.
Yeah, bruv, you
He was our
see?
best player in 10-11. You see, the thing is, like, I don't know what, in terms of what ceilings are and stuff, because right now it's even, is Rashford going to cement himself as a left winger? Is he going to cement himself as a striker? Now he's floating around at this right wing role. I don't really know. So it's really about where is he going to cement himself? first and foremost. When you don't have a player that you look at and say, this is your position, this is where you're going to play every single week, then you've got a problem there anyway, right? I don't know what his ceiling is or whatever, but I think he is a good player, bro. I think there is a bit of there's all this trash for that. I don't really buy all of that type of stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think he's a good player. I hear what you're saying in terms of moments, and I agree with that because he's too inconsistent for me. I don't know what I'm gonna get week in, week out, but we can say this about a lot of our players. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I still think he's got something. Rashford's got something. I think he's a good player still.
He showed it last year during that December, January time.
What did you say?
He showed it last year during that December, January time when he's basically carrying our team. Like for me, that period, he looked one of the best players in the Premier League. I can't even lie.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I think it is with Rashford?
Look,
I just think Rashford's got a good mentality. He wants to do well for the club. He's passionate. Do you know what I mean? He's just got that British thing about him where he just wants to run around, put himself about, and he wants to do his best. But I just don't think he's that good. Honestly, I just think he's got a great mentality. I think if I could put his mentality into Martial, I would have a Ballon d'Or nominee. But man, don't have it. It's that simple. I think Rashford's mentality is top notch, bro.
But at the same time, I still think with a better coach, you're going to get a better Rashford with most of our players. Like you see the talent in Rashford.
He's got no intelligence, bro. So it doesn't matter if he can do flip
But you
flaps.
can say about like
It doesn't matter if he can do flip flaps.
But look at Sterling. You see how many back post runs Sterling makes and gets the goals. Imagine that with Rashford. Like Sterling didn't make those runs himself. It was Pep telling him to make those runs.
But Sterling was still doing bits for Liverpool. People forget that.
Yeah, but Rashford had a good season last year as well, though. 17 goals or something.
Yeah. 11 of them were from the spot or something like that.
I think he had 11 non-penalty goals.
Yeah, 11 non-penalty goals. Bruv, Mason Greenwood scored more non-penalty goals than Rashford last season.
You know what it is, right? I agree with what you're saying, innit? In terms of the thing is, I'm somebody that, of course, a player could look better with a better coach, blah blah blah. But do I look at you and think what you give is, how can I say? Should I say? I don't know if the word is the maximum, but do you give enough that I think that you are being not let down, but someone can come and boost you? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I do look at Rashford as one of the players. I've never ever once, so anyone that thinks that I've said, I've never once said that Martial's shit, by the way. I've never once said that he would not be better with a good coach, with a better coach or whatever. I do think that he would. Same way that I think with him, I think with Rashford. If they had something, then potentially they can be better. But do I think, the only reason I'm on when I talk about Martial is because I know he wants to operate as 9. And 9 is the money position. That's the golden position for Manchester United. For us to win games, it's going to be your 9. Do I think him has that, what I want? This is what I want. No. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's no. If he's now, maybe he goes onto the left wing and a new manager comes in, brings in a striker, and a great coach comes in, then maybe he might be a banging left winger for us under a different coach. No, I've got no qualms with that. But it's the same thing with Rashford. For me, I think when you look at him, does he give enough for me to think, yeah, he can go and do something better under a better coach? But I think he does.
Where do you think consistency comes from in football if it doesn't come from decision making?
Yeah, I think. Inconsistent in terms of inconsistency, of course. Rashford.
In terms of decision making, Rashford's the worst player in the team by far.
Whoa,
that is the reason why.
Dan James and that living, you know.
No, Dan James ain't in the team as far as I'm concerned. I don't even. My brain doesn't acknowledge him.
You can look at it this way though. But say if we're well coached and every single player is in like a set position and they know where to go, maybe Rashford's like decision making is easier.
Of course.
Right now, yeah, exactly. So his decision making can't improve it.
Of course. So then, no, it's not his decision making that will improve. It's the patterns and the shapes. It's just muscle memory. If you're used, it's the same way De Bruyne. Do you think De Bruyne looks up before he puts the ball in the box? You don't need to, because he knows that these men are supposed to make that run.
But that's why a better manager will hide his deficiencies, kind of thing.
Bro, a better manager can get way more out of Rashford. If you put him into that Liverpool team, where Mane's playing, Rashford would look irresistible, bro.
Bro, look at what Diego Jota's doing, and people are rating him. But then with that,
but Jota is his intelligence.
Jota is a good player. He was good at Wolves. good player. Same way Mane was good at Southampton. We can't act like they were just like some scrubs that Klopp put his magic finger on and just whatever. But the way we're looking at Jota now, oh man,
Because he's
bro.
a smart player
Not good,
playing in a good system with better players. But Yotta's, hey, bruv, like even the header he scored the other day, the front post run and that, bro, he's mad intelligent. The way he receives the ball, like away from the players, bruv, he's mad intelligent. The way someone receives the ball, you can see how they are, bro. Rashford doesn't receive the ball well either. That's one thing Martial does very well is he receives the ball well, bro. Like he protects it. The way Rashford got pushed off the ball there is because he didn't receive it well and he didn't protect it well. So there's certain things that certain quality players do that you can see that they can improve on. Rashford is a moments player and he'll always be that, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what he reminds me of. But when he looks good, he looks devastating, bro.
What United player isn't a moments player right now? Even Martial.
No, but I don't think Martial's a moments player. What I think Martial is Martial is very he lacks a lot of confidence. But I tell you what, you see with Martial
is lacking confidence, yeah.
But I don't think he's a moments player. You know why I say that? Because for instance, you know, like with players like Mason Greenwood, all of these players, even if Mason don't have a good game, yeah, his first touch is always there. When you play it into Mason, he'll still touch it and he'll receive it well. When Rashford's having a bad game, bro, the ball's rolling under his foot. He's tripping over the ball, running past it. He looks crap. You know them ones. Like, he plays in moments. Like, Rashford and Bruno were two players in our team, yeah, that can look dog shit and look world-class in the same game. And you see it a lot. Do you know what I mean? There's certain players that even when they're not playing well, they still do the basics, innit? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, and that's what separates them for me. Like, Rashford's not playing well, Martial's not playing well, but the difference is the basics, like receiving the ball, laying it off and that. Martial's still doing it, but he's missing the chances. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference for me. And that's just what it is. So when I look at these players, in general, nobody's playing really well for our team. Even though Bruno's got great numbers, he's not playing great for us. No one is, bro, because as a team, we're not playing well. We're not playing well. I can't say Man United are playing well collectively as a team. What? How many points we got at home in the Premier League? Like 4?
We definitely have a home issue.
Need for them to suck the ball in.
That comes down because we're meant to be the.
We're relying on the Stretford end to suck the ball in. That's why
we transferred the Stretford end to St Mary's Stadium on the weekend, bruv. Literally, but it's because when we're at home, obviously the initiative is more onto us. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The initiative is more onto us, and then and obviously we ain't got the coach to bring us that good football or that ability to break teams down. But as I've always said, right, good players or good technical players, I always say technical ability, the technical players can get Ole through some games. Like you see Southampton, Van der Beek, they basically didn't even lose the ball at you, Statman. I don't know, you might have a stats.
I think he might have lost it 9 times, I think it was.
9 times. So when he was just like the way you're just keeping the ball. That is what's going to allow us to go and win games. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When you have
pressure, when you have players that can keep the ball.
But then that's it. But then obviously that does come down to obviously what Bruno does. We always know the thing about Bruno is he's efficient as hell, right? So
efficient's not the right word. He's consistent, as in his output's consistent, but he's not efficient.
Sorry, productive. He's productive.
Yeah, he's very productive. Yeah. He's not efficient.
Productive. Yeah, he's productive in terms of, he's going to give you the stats. It's as simple as that. He's going to score the goals. And, bro, the thing is, he's in non-penalty goals, whatever. The guy is just a goal scorer. It's as simple as that. He's a stat machine. Do you know what I mean? So you always know you're going to have a player like that. You always have them type of players are the ones that will always keep your manager in a job, bro. Or always bail your manager out when you've got a player like that. But when you're at home, and teams are doing their 10 men behind the ball, but it's going to be tough to do it just relying on a player like Bruno to just save us consistently. And that's when you need...
And a player like that isn't effective when you're playing against those kind of teams, really, because he doesn't have the space in behind to really play the ball. Like, where does he play the ball? If we're playing against a low block team, what does he do? If we don't get a penalty?
Bruno, yeah? You see when Bruno... I've seen a lot of when Bruno... is on the ball, right? He goes into similar positions to where KDB goes to in terms of sometimes he tries to give that little cross or sometimes he tries to go on the left hand side and give those
Take the
little
ball out
crosses
wide.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually think. I know it sounds silly, but you know how we look at players for like killer passes and stuff. The Fabregas, they're these type of players, right? I don't think that's what the type of passes that Bruno likes to make. We know he's good at transition passes. We've seen loads of them, like the over the top or the ones where he just reversed it and gone. We know that. But I think, when the team is kind of like 10 men behind the ball, he goes into positions where he wants to get the ball and make a crossing.
I think that's why. That's why he's a number 8. You see,
it's going to be interesting to see if Cavani gets a sustained period. Not blaming Martial, by the way, guys. But if Cavani gets a sustained period, if that is what makes Bruno have a bit more killer passes or killer crosses or whatever. Because, bro, that's what KDB does 9 times out of 10, bro. As good as KDB is, we all know he can pull that final pass. But as good as he is, he goes into positions where he's going to do a killer cross, basically, bro.
I hear that. I hear it. It depends on what player you've got in the box. But the difference is when you say not that kind of passer, that's why when I said, that right. When I said when man were like, oh yeah, he's a sick passer, I was like, bro, range of passing for me, he ain't got it. But one thing he has is he tries to break lines. He tries, even when it's not on, innit? He puts balls into dangerous areas. That's what he does. That's what he does, bro. He hasn't got the passing ability of a KDB in terms of like weight of pass. He doesn't. Yeah. Bruno hits everything very hard. That's what he does. And he just puts it into an area. And if you're a striker, that's why man called him like the Hermes delivery, bro. Like he gets there, but you don't know what state it's gonna be in when it arrives, blood. Like that. He just slaps it in there, bro. Like the amount of times I see a pass on and he slaps it at man. Like he just gets it there, innit? And it's one of them ones where he doesn't put care on the passes a lot. But if you're just slapping it into areas and you've got Cavani,
his weight of pass is not as good as someone like Ozil or Grealish.
It's nowhere near like a James or something. That's why I said he's not a proper 10. Do you know what I mean?
When you look at him though, like everyone talks about if a Rashford had a coach or a Martial, or when you look at what Bruno's doing right without a coach, what do you think? Do you think if we got a coach, remember like in a similar way, look, the coach that everyone talks about is Poch, right? Look at what Dele Alli was doing under Poch when he wanted to play football until he decided I'm not a footballer no more, I'm just going to do whatever I want. Unbelievable. When you look at a player like, if you get a player like a coach like Poch, for example, or whoever, and Bruno's giving you all of this, like 30-something goal and assist in 30-something games, you can only think it's going to go potentially.
If Bruno plays in the position that Dele played, for Pochettino, he'll be very effective. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's how you get the best out of him. I think Bruno's work rate, he needs to be in the doghouse. He needs to be in the midfield winning the ball back.
But do you think that will take away? But then you start relying on him picking the ball up in more deeper positions, but then giving it to someone that can actually pass and telling him to stop trying to spam these passes. He needs someone close to him, because if he doesn't have someone close to him, he forces it all the time. Bruno will try and pick the hard pass. Yeah, no, I get that, but I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. That's why if we had like a Grealish left wing, then all of a sudden the whole shit changes. I'm telling you now. Everything changes because he can give it to a player who's technically crazy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But if you're getting the ball from a number 8, right, Bruno, getting the ball from number 8, and we're saying that his passing is a bit careless, it's not as tight, his touch isn't necessarily amazing, you're going to take a lot out of him for the productivity that we kind of need him to be giving us right now.
But I think we need... Sorry, go on, bro.
I think if a new manager comes in, his numbers will decrease, but I think he'll actually play better.
Yep.
Just look at Portugal, Portugal, he plays in the 8 role. I know the last couple of games.
I don't know. I saw him. I went to watch him, and I was like, "Is this the?"
I said the last couple of games.
The last couple of games, he stanked the place out and got pulled off at half time.
Because people were talking about like, you need to watch Bruno for Portugal. I went and watched it. I was like,
no, but the last couple of games he's been poor, but before that, his pass accuracy is normally in the 80%, and he's still creating chances. So I still think in a more like.
But do you know international football is slower though, man?
Yeah, it is. But like, if he's playing in that 8 role, we will get the best out of Bruno. You know why? His defensive contribution numbers are insane. Yes. I think last season he averaged over 2.4 tackles and interceptions per game, which is very good, which is more than Paul Pogba, and he plays deeper than him. Yeah. And I think like with Bruno, it's like you could argue his best bit of his game is his energy.
But that's why the fans love him. I'm going to be 100%. He runs around a lot and he shouts a lot. I think that's why the fans really love him. Take away the numbers. When you watch Bruno play, his energy and like his passion that he shows, bro. Like, if you were one of them guys that like passion, yeah, you're gonna love him. Because it looks like he's always busting a gut, he's always screaming and that. But that I think that's if you take that out of Bruno's game, he's not a good player. I honestly think that his, like you said, Statman, his energy, his aggression, how vocal he is, I think that's what makes him, bro. I don't think it's his technical ability. Because technically, I don't think he's a worldie. I don't. I just think he's a good player.
You see, yeah, but the thing is, with his productivity, right? It's not even at Dele Alli level. It's not even at, bro. The guy, I saw a stat like he was behind, he was behind Lewandowski, Ronaldo. It's actually such, the numbers are so unique that it's like sometimes you might have to cater to something like that.
His numbers will always look good because everything just comes through him, though.
But if it doesn't, his numbers will dry up.
But then, what? So are you guys saying that
it will still look
United
decent, but it
potentially
wouldn't
will play better? Do you think he'll?
Yes.
United
If
play
Bruno
better?
scores less goals, yeah, bruv. If I'm picking a team, yeah, and Bruno's scoring less goals, yeah, he's playing better. Honestly, Bruno's numbers look good, yeah, but Bruno, he doesn't perform well most of the time where he puts out good numbers. He doesn't.
You know what
Like when you watch him play, he gives the ball away a hell of a lot, and even taking away from that, yeah, it's not even how many times you give the ball away, because for me, I don't mind someone giving the ball away in the final third trying to play a killer ball. He'll give the ball away on the halfway line, like trying to do some flick round over his own shoulder and stuff. Like he does dumb things, bro. Like it's how he gives the ball away, innit? It's not how many times. So my thing is, yeah, if Bruno did the simple things, I think, what Champions League game was it that Bruno played well in the other day when he scored the two? Yeah, they were shit, but Bruno played well in that game. You know why? Because most of his passes were 5-yard passes. That's why he played well.
What, Van der Beek?
Yes, because Van der Beek was there saying, give it to me. Give it back to you. Give it to me. Then he was trying to link with Cavani. That's what I want to see him do. As soon as he starts trying to do the long passes and the little dinked, drilled things and that, he looks like a goon, bruv. He just ruined it.
You know what it is, though? You know what it is, though? What I get what you're saying, because there is times where a best player, it depends however you want, whoever wants to see it as whoever Man United's best player is, whatever. But there is times where your main man sometimes can sometimes harm a team because a lot goes through them. I was kind of drumming this with KDB last season when I was saying, yeah, he's gonna get his 20 assists, but he's crossing the ball over 300 times in the Premier League. Like,
but that's what Bruno's doing, bro.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is,
the only thing is, I have seen United without Bruno before he came under Oli, and we're shit, mate.
But the football was better, but we're getting, but we're scoring more goals, or are we scoring more goals? I don't know statistically.
Well, Bruno, yeah, we obviously are.
I'm saying, are we scoring more goals? Like, as in, at this point this season, yeah, how many games in? Did we score more goals this season than last before Bruno came? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And also, the penalties we would have got them anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because he didn't win all of them. So what I'm saying is, yeah, the football that we were playing before, as a whole, as a team, was better. But we weren't getting the results that we got in some of those games, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the times where Bruno has been the goal scorer or got the assist, he hasn't actually had a good game, bro. He hasn't actually had a good game when he done that. Like I've seen Bruno. Remember, like even I remember because I done the match of the day for the Norwich game in the cup. Bruno stank the place out, gave the ball away like 40-something times.
Yeah.
And all those things get overlooked because I think he got an assist that day.
Of course.
Didn't he? I think he got an assist that day for Maguire's header or something, didn't he?
Did.
And then everyone forgot about it. And this is a common theme because everything goes through him, just like KDB. The reason why KDB nearly broke Henry's assist record, he wasn't getting Henry assists, beating three man and sliding it across the goal for someone else. He's slapping the ball in from 30 yards.
Yeah. When you look at it though, do you look now? Because obviously I know your stance on Bruno, right? So do you look at it as that is solely a Bruno issue, or do you see it as a coaching issue?
Coaching issue. It's a coaching issue. Like
I think it's both.
Because
I think it's
with,
both, you know.
with what we're saying about Bruno and the way he plays and he's having to do this and that, isn't it a good sign that even with the way Ollie is and the expectation on him to be productive, he is still managing to do it with goals and with assists? I'm not really a big fan of the assists in general because they're so manipulated assists. Yeah, that's just
They're
whatever.
ridiculous.
But when you look at, like, you know, he's getting important goals and stuff, do you give him credit for that, or do you and kind of look at the coach and be like, look, the coach needs to do more to help him be like this, or do you look at it as, nah, it's Bruno?
It's a bit of both, innit? I've always credited Bruno's mentality. I think his mentality is like Cristiano Ronaldo level without the ability, but he's got the mentality. Like Bruno probably thinks he's the best player in the world because that's his mentality. He was telling the manager to make a change today, bro.
I need to see this video.
Bro, I've got it. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp, bro.
Yeah.
He literally screamed at Ollie and went like that in the middle of the game. The ball's still moving.
We're gassing him, definitely.
On God, that's what he did. Like
just got
Bruno
playing
genuinely.
but then that's just all down to coaching then. Because
No, but hold on.
You see, I like
Statman. Some players you can't really tell things, bro. Like,
no, but the thing
he
is,
got pulled off at half time for Portugal. Do you think that their man speak the same language as him and told him?
But listen,
do this,
you see
and
Ollie,
he stank the place out and they pulled him off.
You see when Bruno first came in, what did Ollie say? Do what you did at Sporting. So that
Yeah,
he's
but
clearly been told by Ollie to do.
He's
exactly
been given the
same thing.
freedom. Yes, he has, bro. But then at the same time, yeah, at Sporting, he did that. Here, he's done that. Yeah, he might get a manager that says, yo, Bruno, simplify your game. But, bruv, that's just how he plays. Like you said, he's always
But
played
you could
like
argue that he's kind of simplified his game for Portugal. Not recently, but before that, he loses the ball a lot less for Portugal.
But that's because I think that he's got better players that will take the ball off him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Imagine him doing that with Cristiano there. Imagine what the fire Cristiano's going to give, man.
I think I said this the other day. The only reason Bruno, like, I can see he loses the ball so many times, he has Matic and McTominay, Fred behind him. They're not going to create. That's why I said against, Southampton, when he had Donny and Telles, there's no reason you should be losing the ball 38 times or something.
Yeah. But he still did.
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, okay, that Bruno.
But he still did. And when you got players like Joao Felix, yeah, who will literally take the ball off his toes and carry it, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's less opportunities to give the ball away.
Yeah, there's levels to the technical ability in terms of that, and this is why I'm such a fan of everyone else of Grealish. You know what I mean? Like, because everything is secure. Everything is secure when
Grealish is my guy, bro. I don't care. Like, I will fly that flag, yeah, and I will die on my shield for that youth because he can dribble, he can protect the ball, all the things, yeah, that I've questioned what Bruno can do. Yeah, I know Bruno gets the amazing numbers, but when I look at all-round player, bro, for me, I think Grealish is so clear of man, blood.
No, I'm the same way. People do it all the time. On Twitter. People do this all the time, and this isn't for me to slander Bruno because I'm critical of Bruno, but I'm also appreciative of what he's bringing at the moment. Do you know what I mean? In terms of if we're talking about tough circumstances and United are not playing well, blah, blah, for someone to still just be inevitable, bro. I feel like every week he's going to score, fam. I feel like every game he's going to score. So for him to still be that relentless and stuff in something that we're calling a bad setup and stuff, then I can't really be... In a way, I can send. There's some people that don't look at his faults at all because he scores. That's what.
There's not some people. Happening. That's most people.
Yeah,
bro.
I still see both sides of it.
And I'm a hater because I'm calling out that man shouldn't be giving the ball away 40 times as a professional footballer playing for Manchester United.
As I said, people don't understand constructive criticism. That's what it is. I do think
it's a. I do think we need him right now, and we do need him to just continue doing what he's doing at this present moment, especially under Ollie and everything that we've got going on. I do think, like what this guy said, he's our talisman. At the end of the day, at the moment he is. At the moment, Bruno is our talisman, innit? And we need him continuing doing that because it's getting us through some games. Do you know what I'm saying?
He is our talisman, and that is why I think so many men are so defensive of him, yeah, because he is our talisman, bro. But the fact is, the fact that our style of play is pretty much solely based around how Bruno feels on the day, yeah. And aesthetically, he's an ugly player to watch, bro. He's frustrating. He gives the ball away. He does dumb things, but then he can come up with either like an assist from whatever or a goal, whether it's a retaken penalty, where they don't matter, bro. He puts numbers up.
Yeah,
So because of that, but I think our reliance on him is a reflection of how poor our manager is and also how poorly we're playing at the moment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because a good manager has Bruno, but isn't reliant on Bruno. Because we have better players in our team, and also we have players that can be as effective as Bruno in our team with him in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? The fact that everything's going through him and he's got a free pass to do whatever he wants and everyone else is suffering because of it, because they are. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think he's making everyone around him better. I think that he's just picking up the slack because a lot of people are underperforming now because everything's going through him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Martial's levels dropped. Rashford's levels dropped. Bro, I'd say, brother, all of our attackers' levels have dropped since he's come, and he's picked up the slack by putting the numbers up.
Nah, I don't think I would say that.
I don't know. I think after lockdown,
I'm talking about this season. Firing. This season, name any of our attackers that have been good this season.
Yeah, it's in flashes. Rashford's obviously got 8 goals and some 5. I saw it's like 8 goals, 5 assists, but it's in flashes. Obviously at Leipzig hat-trick and stuff. He had a good game against Newcastle and stuff, but obviously it's individual games, a couple games. No one in this whole season, even Bruno himself, even though he's got double figures, has been consistently good. We still lost 6-1 to fucking Tottenham. We still lost to, was it West Brom? I don't even remember who we lost to. We still lost games.
Palace.
Yeah, I mean, so no, it wasn't West Brom. Sorry, yeah, Palace. So obviously nobody's been consistently good, but I got to give it to him in terms of even when we're trying to break a team down, blah blah, and he'll shoot. Yeah, sometimes it could be frustrating, but brother, the guy is trying to make us win a
He's trying to do it because no one else does anything in that team.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a situation,
yeah, look at this comment. Man's like, you just hate Bruno. You see what people like this? These men are high, bro.
Yeah, this is why this is exactly.
But this is why we can't have. That's why you can't, bro. You can't give. Yeah, you can't give constructive criticism, bro. This bro is saying, one guy said Bruno's output is worth his weakness. I don't agree it is long term because I don't think relying on penalties, is sustainable. I don't, innit? I think that sooner or later, once certain things dry up, man need to look to him and say, bro, like, man kind of needs more from you in the actual game. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like the other day, man missed a penalty and was allowed to retake it and scored that. Before then, he had a crap game. He gave away a penalty that wasn't given, luckily. Man had a howler, but man got away with not giving one away, scored one. All of a sudden, everything's forgotten, bro. Like, you see when you keep forgetting things, it's like when you got a gas leak in the house. It's like, I'll fix it soon, blood. And then, bruv, one day everybody's dead, fam. You can't just ignore, you can't ignore the fact that it's a team sport, bro. We can't say, Bruno's scoring, so Bruno's gonna score forever. Like, what kind of mentality is that? Don't we want our team to play well?
You can't have that. You've always got to have to feel good. You've always got to have the standard of performance is always what you're going to fall back on. If a goal and assist doesn't happen, you always want to fall back on your performance. That's what it always is. And I was always like that with I rated Ali highly, but then you saw once it became a situation. Now, I'm not trying to say Ali is Bruno. I personally think Bruno is better. But when it came to a situation with Ali and when Poch kind of needed something different, and look, we all want Poch, right? So we all want Poch. But when Poch wanted something different, like, okay, the second striker thing is not going to work anymore. It's been found out. Maybe Kane was kind of getting injured a lot. It wasn't really working out. I need Ali maybe to come a little bit deeper. You need to kind of get involved in the game a little bit more, maybe pull more strings. He couldn't do it.
See, and the thing is with Ali,
even with England, bro.
I don't really agree with the Ali thing, I think that Ali, I think Ali's more clever in his movement. I think Ali's got the little intricate plays, but Ali's not as explosive and he doesn't really have pace. Do you know what I mean? Bruno's not got pace, but Bruno's quicker across the ground. You know what I mean? And Ali's not aggressive. So that's just what it is, bro. Like,
Ali's,
do you know what I mean?
He's aggressive in the way he flipping tries to foul.
He's just
people and stuff.
dirty, but he's
Yeah.
not. But he's just dirty. You're 2 foot. You're 2 footer, man. But he's not aggressive like Bruno, innit? He's not vocal like Bruno, and he's not going to be screaming at people. He doesn't have that about him. But I don't think there's. I think that the roles that they can play are similar, but I think that Bruno is definitely more of a midfield like player that can get stuck in and get around. Whereas Ali is more. Ali's closer to your.
He's more of a 10.
Second, more of a 10 than an 8. He's more of a second striker than an 8. Do you know what I'm saying? But one thing, Ali's movement, his depth of touch, like his weight of pass, everything is different to Bruno's. Bruno's more of an 8, Ali's more of a 10. But I think that Bruno can play in that 10 role that Ali plays if we've got a midfield that can get the ball up to him. Because I don't really want to see a team where Bruno is your main source of creativity. Because for me, he's not that creative.
No.
He's not that creative.
Last year, he created 3 big chances in the league in 14 games, I think it was.
That's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? But
He's
people see his assist stats here and think he's an assist machine.
He's expected assists, well, I think 2.76 from memory last year.
You know what? Yeah,
that's not good,
course,
bro.
What this guy's saying, which is why, look, I was saying if Grealish comes to United, he needs to play in midfield. I've wanted Grealish from day one.
Grealish is a 10, bro.
But for me, I can't lie to you. That wide playmaker role where Grealish is allowed to come off the left and play, he's mastered it, fam. He is.
But that only works in a system where you don't have to track back to left back. That works in a system where you're going to try and keep.
United should be.
It should, but we're not that. Do you understand it?
Yeah,
even Aston Villa keep the ball better than us. They actually try and move it. When I see Ross Barkley getting his foot on the ball and trying to move it, Jack Grealish would hate to play on the left-hand side if he's having to track back, like how Martial and Rashford are tracking back today. You don't want to see Jack Grealish on the edge of his own box. You don't want to see him there.
To be fair, at Villa, he sometimes has to do it. I can't lie, he has to do it a lot of the times. But I do get what you're saying. Like, if that's what he's going to be doing the majority of the time or whatever, then I get it. But I think coming off that left, he's kind of perfected being able to be a bit elusive around that left. And
it's a free roll because he comes off the left, like Mata comes off the right.
Yes, exactly. And the thing about him is that he's actually quite good in wide areas when he stands you up. He can go past you.
He can take a play down the outside.
But he can go past you. He can, like, literally, and put a good ball in. And the thing about him, he won't cross it in. He'll find a good pass. He will make a good pass or cut back or whatever, or win a corner, whatever. But so I do get what that guy's saying. I wouldn't directly compare him to a midfielder, a Pogba, or a Van der Beek or anything like that. But I actually think,
he's more of an Eden Hazard mode player. And Eden Hazard's a 10.
Yeah. If we had someone out there in his caliber, like kind of level player, like that technical security out there, it would seriously, I think, transform the team, bro. Honestly. I actually think it. No, don't get twisted. I ain't gonna say we're gonna win the league now if we sign Grealish just himself. But I'm just saying, I think if we had a player like that players know they can give it to, and he's always gonna be safe, and you're gonna build attacks from there. It's crazy, bro. It's actually
because
crazy.
When you give Grealish the ball, he holds on to it, bro. If you get the ball from Grealish, it's because you fouled him. That's how. Yeah. Like, you don't see man nicking the ball off Grealish. You know what happens?
Trust me. Yeah.
Once he gets it, he's either completing a pass or you're fouling him, innit? That's what's going on, bro. De Brea's got maximum security, fam, when he gets the ball at his feet. He carries the ball, shields the ball. He's clever enough, knows when to put his body in front of people. Bro, he plays like a veteran player, bro, at his age, because he's been playing for so long, bro. The brother plays like he's in his 30s, blood, and he's slowing down and he's just doing the clever things.
Trust me.
He's a bad boy baller, bro, and he's a number 10, bro. He's a 10, bro. If this player was scoring... Bruv, if he was Spanish, let's say he's the best player in the league. On God.
Bro, but I say it anyway, but we'll get to that one day. The thing is, when he plays 10, right? He played 10 in the early part of like his career, innit? And then Dean Smith banged him centre mid for the championship run, and they came up. But when he got to the Prem, I think he thought, you know what, I need a bit more combative midfield. Right, I need
defensive
for my
security.
First season. Yeah, for my first season, I need a bit more combative midfield. So I'm gonna stick Grealish on the left and give him the free roll, and it proved to be a masterstroke because of how good he actually is at sustaining, as you guys are saying, sustaining attacks through him. So now it's got to a second season, and they're like, hold on, you know what? Let's actually just throw a Barkley in there, and it helps because, bro, keeping the ball is a way of not losing a football game, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you're just obviously, as Rant said, if you keep turning it over, you're gonna concede. But if you've got a security, then you're not gonna be having to defend as much. And don't get twisted. I'm not now looking at Aston Villa and saying this is the blueprint of how to be a football team, but it just shows that just through having someone that can keep the ball in attacking areas and actually be very technically secure, your team can go up a level, bro. Bro, people.
So do you understand why I'm saying I don't like Bruno and Rashford in the same team? Because they don't protect the football, bro.
The thing is, I get what you're saying. Because
they don't protect the ball.
That's why we need that's why in most games, I understand why Ollie went for a Fred and McTom today. Yeah. Because people have made it out like that's, a big game duo. So I get it. We're going to turn around because we lost and be like, oh, they shouldn't have played. But most games is why Van der Beek has to play, fam. He has to.
Of course. But again, that's what man's been... That's what I've been screaming.
Like when we played West Brom the other day when we won 1-0, he should have played that game.
Yeah.
There's certain games where Donny can play in the double pivot. But I think what Ollie's scared of is that I think it was against Istanbul. They had 13 shots. Defensively, they were still... Yeah, I think we still were got at against Istanbul. And I think with Ollie, after that 6-1 defeat, he's a coward. He doesn't want to concede more goals.
Not in a way. He's a shook youth, blood. And that's why just play the three at the back if you're going to play it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because then you don't have to play a DM.
Yeah.
You don't need to play a DM.
Yeah. I think all round we can go through every player in it. We all know what issues. You see me, I'm only specific on things when I think somebody is just doing like an individual cock up. So people are going to turn around and be like, oh, this is why. No, I'm only talking about it because, of course, Martial hasn't scored goals and he missed a big chance. So I'm going to talk about it. That's when I'm like, come on, that's not got to do with a manager. When I've said, same thing when people say, oh, you got a Pogba, whatever. If he's fouling in the box, for example, I'm going to be like, oh, that's individual thing. When it comes to now, if you're saying, why hasn't Martial played well, for example, in a certain game or whatever, then I can be like, do you know what, the coach, But when some people do things where it's individual mess up, that's why I don't like it. Even sometimes I look at Fred, right? Fred for me, is Man United's most kind of like confusing player in terms of Fred can actually give you some mad games, bro. Like where he actually looks like one of the better players in midfield in the league. But then he can give you games where it's just like, fam, I feel like sometimes it could be just individual mistakes too much, where I'm kind of like, is that the coach or is that you? Do you get where I'm coming from? And I think that was the instance today. Like, I'm not too sure. I don't know what was going on with him today.
But I didn't think that Fred played badly. But the thing is, Fred,
I didn't.
Fred is very reactive. So because of that, Fred will always get booked. I don't have a problem with that. But what you need to do with Fred is you need to have someone that screens, because Fred is a box-to-box midfielder by nature. He wants to go forward. He wants to follow his pass, innit? And he's reactive. And the reason why he gets away with it is because he's such a good athlete, bro. He's the fittest player in the league. So because of that, it's not an issue. There's no system with Fred. That's the biggest problem with Fred. Like, he's not being coached, so he's going wherever he wants. And that's just all it is.
What do you think with Fred? Like, kind of like how I asked with Martial, where I asked you guys about the 9 thing with Martial. What do you think? Like, even if a new manager came in, do you think Fred will be like I don't know. Is he? Are we gonna keep him deep? Are we gonna play him centre mid? Do you think he should be a starter, like going forward? Or
I think in the long term,
just like I think he's a great squad option all round.
That's
like,
exactly.
If Fred is starting a football match, I'm not gonna turn my TV off like if it was Daniel James or something. But is he going to become that player that's going to be
I have a different feeling on that. For me, I think that Fred is a top player. I think that Fred needs a good manager.
You're a big fan, innit?
Bro, when I look at Fred, I see a technically better version of Kante, bro. That's what I see. Like, Kante's rubbish on the ball, blood. He's rubbish on the ball.
I think what Kante gives defensively in terms of interceptions and stuff, I get.
But Fred intercepts as well, bro.
See, do you know what I mean? I think his influence on it is just a bit better.
I think that Kante's more intelligent in his reading of the game than Fred, but Fred's better on the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I don't know what the difference is with the interceptions. I think that Kante probably might get more interceptions, but I think in terms of breaking up the play, I think Fred's as good as there is in Europe, bro. At running man down and taking the ball from them. I just think that Fred needs someone close to him to take the ball off him once he wins it. This is the problem.
Yeah, what I was going to say, when you're going, Stat.
When a new manager does come in, I think what we want to see is one number 6, not 2 DMs. So I think for that role, I don't think Fred can play it because I think, like as we say, he's an engager. He can read the play, but he's not as good as someone like a Wilfred Ndidi, for example, which will allow us to play the 2-8s. Which is why I think right now,
but he's not technically good enough.
Yeah, but his defensive contribution is so sick that it's just it kind of makes up for it in a way.
But he's not good on the ball like that.
I don't think he's. You know what? I was behind the Ndidi thing, but I think he's a bit too bad on the ball. Like there needs to be at least a little bit, in my opinion, of.
No, but he's not bad on the ball, is he? Like obviously he's not as good as someone like maybe like a Declan Rice or something. But I still don't think he's shocking.
Declan's just technically Declan just looks like a younger, like Dyer, bruv. They're just similar players.
Like for me, like Ndidi defensively brings so much. For me, like name me like 3 better ball winning midfielders in the world, and you're struggling.
Then who?
Yeah, Ndidi.
Oh no, Ndidi when it comes to just tackling and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I understand
and that's what we need. We need to protect that back four because our back four is shocking.
Yeah, I get it, but I still feel like we would still need. Yeah, somebody said like a Partey or something like that. Now, I ain't one of them people. You know, you get some people that say that they'll take a Rodri or something at United. I personally wouldn't. I think at United, if we had a Rodri, it would be a train wreck. I don't think it would work out at United. City is a good one for him with Pep and all of that type of stuff. I do.
Even then, it still hasn't worked out.
Yeah, exactly. I think we need someone that's in between like a Rodri, and then in between an Ndidi and a Rodri. I think it's too far left with both. If we go with a Rodri, we're just too defensively weak, and if we go with a Ndidi, the build up we're gonna have to be missing him out, man. And we've already got Wan-Bissaka there. Wan-Bissaka passing it to Ndidi, safe.
That's what I mean. This brother said that Fred looks
that shit.
Man said Fred's clumsy looking, but bruv, so is Kante. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Neither of them are great on the ball. I'm not gonna lie. Like man's talking about calmness. Kante ain't calm on the ball. So you press that bread, blood. They put it into Rose head, fam. Do you know what I mean?
That Gravenberch guy yesterday for Ajax.
No.
You ain't seen him.
All I saw was a tweet gassing him up.
Bro, man, them. Go and watch this. This is the second or third time I've watched him now. Yeah, one of my boys told me to keep an eye on him.
He's 18
years old. Bro, he's a baller, fam. Baller. Tall, athletic, looks like 6'3".
What is he like? More of a box to box?
No, he's not even box. He was sitting, bro. Sitting, just keeping it neat, but he can move with it. I don't know. Anyone in the comments that watched, what do you think of Gravenberch, bro?
Because I think I looked at his numbers the other day. I think defensively they look decent, but when I see him like in like the team lineup, he kind of looks like he's playing as an 8 kind of thing.
Yeah. But you know, with Ajax, bro, flipping Klassen was nearly up top for a point. They're so interchangeable that it's kind of exactly.
But again, that comes down to a system, bro. Because you look now, what Højbjerg's doing now, ain't no different, to what Jorginho was doing under Sarri, bro. If you've got the right system and you've got the right shapes on the pitch, bro, a lot of the time these players, they're not amazing football. They don't need to be, bro. Just win the ball and pass it 5 yards, bro. Like they're the most effective footballers in the game.
Don't you think Ndidi could do that then?
Yes, I do. He would be my first choice.
What? Sorry, repeat it. Do I think Ndidi can do?
Just get the ball, pass it 5 yards to the better players like Pogba, Bruno.
Yeah. He can. But I still think there will be times where maybe we might need that. You know, that forced pass through. That I don't think Ndidi.
But then
I don't think that comes from the 6 though.
What?
That doesn't come from the 6. Most of the time, it doesn't have to come from the 6. I don't want my 6 doing that.
You know, there's going to be times when United, for example, are at home, and we basically got pretty much nearly. Sometimes it's going to look like flipping. If we're playing a 4-3-3, sometimes it could even look like 2 10s. And we're going to be United. We're going to be pressuring them. It could look like 2 10s, 3 up front, and maybe the fullbacks or whatever. Sometimes your DM is going to be the one that's having the ball. Now, I ain't saying our DM needs to be creating chances. He's not Pirlo. Those are unique football players. Like, Pirlo will create a chance from DM. Not saying that, but I just think sometimes maybe that pass that will need to be fired into the left back, the right back, the whoever. I don't even think Ndidi has that.
Yeah, but that's just recycling play. And any player can do that, bro. Like, obviously, there's no Michael Carrick's anymore. He would have been the perfect player in this team, but there aren't really Carricks no more. The closest to a Carrick is probably a Declan in terms of his range of passing and his physique and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? And I rate Declan for what you need him to do, bro.
Yeah.
For that 6. But again, like in modern game, there's not passes like Carrick, bro. The game's different. You don't really see man that can pass like that no more. What, Tony Cruz, bro? He's an old man now.
See, I don't think you can really have those midfielders in modern. I think that midfield role, especially with our defense, has to be a mobile midfielder. Especially with the way
and it's not just our defense. Now in the modern game, yeah. Remember, back in the day, number 10s used to be players like Ozil, Mata, and that didn't really press you, didn't have pace, and they were lazy. So the 6 could get the ball on the half turn and pivot because they never had no one on them. Now you play against Liverpool, and they got 3 flipping speed man in the midfield trying to press you. If you're number 6 and you ain't press resistant, it's long for you, bro. You're just passing the ball back. That's it. You're getting the ball off the centre back, giving it back to him. That's all you can do, bro.
Yeah, for me, the most important thing is that you have a player. Yeah, that person that said Conrad Lima, I rate him highly as well. But there's when you have a DM, the first and foremost thing, especially for Man United, is they need to be defensive minded first. So I get what you're saying with like Ndidi, the Declan Rices, them type of players. I don't want somebody that's a pass first player. That's not what I'm trying to allude to at all. Defense first, but then I still think you got to just have a little bit more than Ndidi. Just a little bit more than Ndidi, man, personally. But if we got him and it releases a Pogba and Van der Beek to go and bag goals and that, then I'll be happy.
But don't you think Ndidi in a better more like when it's kind of like with
Leicester
Wan-Bissaka
in a great system though, G.
But you see Wan-Bissaka, like we said, when he has to go forward, we're going to see a better side of him. Don't you think with Ndidi, when he's going to have more of the ball, we're eventually going to see a progression in his game?
I don't know, because I would hear that. Because do you know what? I would hear that if you were saying it about someone like Rice, because West Ham are defensive and they don't play great football. They rely on a bit of individuals and stuff like that. But Leicester are a good team. They're on the ball, pop ball. They're a very good team. So I can kind of see what.
But I see them more as like a counter-attacking team, not like a possession-based team.
I actually don't think United will ever be a possession-based team. I actually just don't think it's just a United thing, bro. We did under LVG, I guess, but couldn't score a goal to save our life. But I just don't think that is what the fans will ever really buy to, personally. I think we're always going to be that team that likes to do things fast, throttle, and whatever. That's how I see it.
Under this manager, we'll always be like that. That's for damn sure. But that can change, bro. Because right now, yeah, sustained pressure comes with control. We don't have control. We're never in control of games. Even when we win them, we're never in control. That comes from having a style of play and being able to keep the flipping ball. And I don't think we have the right ingredients to bake that kind of cake, bro. We have too many men that are careless on the ball and a manager that doesn't know how to coach possession football.
Someone said Ruben Neves. What are your thoughts on Ruben Neves?
Yeah, I like him again. You know what I mean? He suits the Wolves system.
I think I like him, but I do think a lot of his okay games get overlooked.
I think he's massively overhyped.
I think Moutinho is actually the better player.
Fact.
Yeah. Absolutely. But Moutinho's the old man, innit? So because of that, he does all the things that go unnoticed to people that don't watch the game. They just talk about him because he scores the goals off the crossbar. But Moutinho is the guy that he's actually their ticker. He's actually their ticker.
I'll be honest, I don't really know what
Bissouma's a good one. Bissouma's a good one from what I've seen in the last. One of my boys was saying it. I was like, whatever, Bissouma. But then this season, should I say, I've been really watching him and it looks good, man. It looks good. Can he make that step up? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, but bruv, Højbjerg made the step up from Southampton. You know them ones. So sometimes you just need to coach.
He always had that ability.
I liked Højbjerg. Yeah, I liked Højbjerg as well. I liked him.
But you still need a coach, though. Do you know what I'm
100,
saying?
100, 100,
You still need a coach. You know them ones
Yeah.
there, bro. As I said, look, Schneiderlin went from like the best DM in the league, yeah, to flipping chop liver, yeah, overnight.
Bro, he
So-
actually became the worst player in the league after at a point, fam.
That's
You know
it.
what it is, yeah? We'll see what's gonna happen. Like, I think if United are smart, if we get knocked down to the Europa League, we have to just sack Oli, surely. Because,
Yeah,
bro,
obviously.
you know, I actually genuinely think, yeah, Poch, that today's game was basically like a battle for Poch. Because if Tuchel lost that game and they went
He
to
was
the
getting
Europa
sacked,
League,
yeah.
he's getting sacked and they're taking Poch immediately. So that's how fine balance it is. All these United fans that want Poch, that is how fine balance it is, boy, between who we're gonna get, boy. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right now. That's how fine. If anyone wants Poch, you better hope PSG keep mashing works. I'm telling you, you better hope they go through.
This
you
is
better
it.
Hope they do, because it's fine balance, man. It's fine balance. Trust me.
Absolutely. Big up
Just
everyone inside here. And my man said
yeah,
United fans like things direct. They do because they like that Brexit ball blood. But you know what it is, yeah? That shit don't win things anymore, bro. This ain't the 90s. Now I'm saying if you can't have a good system, yeah, and if you can't keep the ball and that, bro, you're not gonna win things, bro. Even Liverpool, you see Liverpool's first season, yeah, when they were doing this heavy metal football crap, scoring 5 goals every game. What did they win? Jack shit.
But you
Yeah,
could
I'm
argue
saying.
defensively, they didn't have the pace. They didn't have
Nah,
the
but also, bruv, but their style has changed so
Yeah.
much now. Liverpool aren't as entertaining to watch no more as they used to be, bro.
No,
Because they look after the ball more.
No, yeah, they're not at all. From what they used to be, it was full throttle, gung ho, whatever. They'll win a match, high scoring, get kind of like not in the same style of Leeds, but you knew they were going to concede loads and they're going to score load. But now it's a bit more. Yeah, man says that short direct. Yeah, with his dead shorts. But nah, for real, Liverpool are a bit more just, you know, get the job done now. You get me? I was watching their game against Ajax. Mane and Salah were just waiting to poach something.
Yeah.
Literally, and then they were just trying to grind it. They were long balling it at home against Ajax, bro. So Liverpool, they get the job done through their quality. They have quality at the end of the day, innit? But it's just relentless doing the same thing for 90 minutes, and it happens.
Facts.
But in terms of entertainment, Liverpool ain't one to watch for me personally.
But there you go.
I don't think there's many entertaining teams in the league this year.
Bruv, I love we watch Leeds all day, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Leeds, I love watching
Yeah,
Leeds.
that's true.
I actually like watching Villa.
Yeah.
Brighton. I
But
like
Villa's
watching
kind of because of Jack Grealish, and that's it.
Yeah, true. Brighton, I like watching Brighton. Southampton, I don't really mind watching stuff. I would have been better with Danny Ings, but there's a few teams that I like watching. I don't even really like watching City. Imagine that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really this year.
Well, there
I mean,
you
but
go.
guys. That's me, man.
That's it, bro. We're gonna wrap that up. Slap the like, bruv. Cam's back, bruv. Special, you
Yeah,
get
come
me,
on.
bruv.
Yeah, let me say something.
We've had over 2,000 people here the whole time, yeah. And make sure you follow Cam's channel as well. It's in the
Yeah.
title. Saeed's channel's in the title. Make sure you follow that. You can click that now. You don't even have to leave the stream to do it. And obviously follow Statman on Twitter and Instagram. You already know the thing.
Yeah, boy, listen, people, please stop blowing up my messages, my DMs, my comments. We do not have beef. Me and Rants do not have beef. I wasn't on the show just because I wasn't on. It's got nothing to do with beef. If I want to come on the show, Rants will bring me on the show. It's as simple as that. If he wants me on the show, he'll hit me up. It's nothing like that. You guys were trying to create some whatever, like some in-house politics kind of thing, man. I'm not with all of that, man. So please stop messaging me if me and him are falling out. And that's why I wasn't replying to none of you lot, which made you lot probably think it's building up. There's no beef, man. Please.
Bro, same thing happened with Statman. Weren't you getting the same messages?
Yeah.
Because you didn't come on for 1 week, yeah? And then
Just
we
air
had
them.
2-week international break before then, bruv. So man wasn't on the channel for 2.5 weeks because we had an international break. And man were like, oh, they're beefing.
And I think a week before I had exams or something.
Bro.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. But yeah, man. All right, man.
Come on,
You
guys.
lot-
Hey, big up.
Come on.
Big show. You know what I'm saying? Loads of topics covered. You know what I'm saying? Mad love, people. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Matisse, DG.